Hello, all of you beautiful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am RAOW, and welcome to the first episode of Data Resistance Squad RAOW, our new Digimon campaign. This is Season 1, Episode 1, Welcome to Hope's Light. And there's only one way that we can properly start this. I actually checked, and this version of the song is at least okay with copyright. Hey, I think it's good, Serio.
This brings back too many memories.
I'm listening to the Data Squad opening because I feel like it fits this world really good.
Well, this was the only one I could find that was not copyright claimed.
Fair.
Literally, I sat there and uploaded several different versions to YouTube, trying to find one that wasn't copyrighted, and this was the only one. Which, of course, was the one that I thought for sure would have been. But anyways, let's go ahead and begin.
I'm a little upset.
Let's go ahead and begin and start off with introductions for everyone. Beginning with the Storyteller and love and cute little meow meow cur.
Greetings and bienvenue, dear viewers. Welcome to the one, the only, our new Digimon game. Hello, everyone. It's so nice to see you all here. Yes, I am Kerr. I am our storyteller. I am the one who brings happy fun times to everyone. And my goal is to hopefully bring Magna to tears. That's my goal. We'll see how it goes.
Betrayal.
Get used to it. Your suffering will be legendary here. Those babies, are they not babies? Look at them. They are all babies.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I am RAOW, and I am playing Asher, the slightly actually, I guess, kind of more intensely modified Labramon. Tochemay.
Notes.
Oh god, I'm terrified of what Brioche's voice is going to be like. Oh yeah, Asher is Timber's child.
Yeah, we were making jokes about that. Yeah. I will say that I will be bringing up the current sketches for all of the characters as we get into the game this evening. But for now, we'll they'll be in order of the introductions, everyone. So, you know, it'll be Asher first, then Brioche, then Charles, then Jace, Magna, and Spectre.
The Leomon curse was broken, Car. The Leomon curse was broken with Adventure 2020. But, no, my icon is just the normal icon I have for games. We did not get me a Digimon icon. We didn't think about it.
Just think of it's the same thing that we have here, but a hologram. There you go.
Wait, Kerr, what do you mean the Leomon curse? I wasn't here for this.
So it is the curse of in every Digimon until 2020, Leomon, if he shows up, he dies. He has died in every season he has ever shown up in, except for Digimon 2020, and we were all waiting for him to bite it, and he never did. He was actually like the most badass he's ever been in that series.
Fair.
let's go ahead and get on with the intros.
Sorry.
Tochemay.
I am Tochemay, and I am playing Brioche, the Burgermon.
Baby. He is baby.
And I'm Gary, and I'm playing the lovable Rainamon, Charles Madoff.
And I am Drunk Dragonera. I am playing Jace, the modified Gilliamon.
You're all
Hi.
babies.
Hi, I'm Bryan, and I'm playing the adorable Dracomon X Magna!
Baby! He is so baby. I am going to enjoy crushing his hopes and dreams.
Please, no?
Please, yes.
And I am Rygon. I am playing as Spectre the Gammamon.
The ultimate baby. He is fierce baby.
Just wait till you see his art. He has a knife.
He is fierce baby.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn it over now to Kerr for setting the scene.
I wanted to
well,
check.
Well, yeah, I guess I should read off what you wrote up for us, for everybody, yeah.
I'm going to kill you. But yes, that's fair. And I can answer any questions the audience has in chat to it. I wrote up last night a quick and dirty insight into the world of what it's like. So it is kind of a stream of consciousness thought of me just writing everything I could think of, because it's like I don't have everything in my head that I can easily put into words, because I know everything and I don't know what you guys don't know, because I don't necessarily realize that. So I might have missed things.
File Island was once a land of peace, joy, and happiness. It was a place where Digimon lived in peace, a land of plenty, and where joy and adventure were around every corner. That changed about 20 years ago. New beings began to show up. Some were small and somewhat harmless, serving as the eyes and ears for larger and more dangerous creatures. In the beginning, the Digimon held their own. The Megas stepped up to lead the defense, and their sheer, overwhelming power were able to crush these invaders with impunity. However, these beings, the X-Program Hunters, or simply called by whatever type they were, Behemoth, Scout, Tracker, Assassin, and so on, they held one very deadly talent that the digital world soon learned to its horror and despair. The X were masters of adaptation and learning, and carried a deadly ability. Their touch broke down and absorbed data into themselves. While the first wave fell easily, each successive wave learned, adapted, and pushed deeper and deeper into Digimon-held territory. And then, around a year into the conflict, the first Mega fell, his data absorbed by the X, and the resulting power increase led to whole towns and villages being wiped out, the Digimon being hunted and their data devoured by the X's deadly touch. Since that day, the Digimon were pushed to the brink. However, something happened in the last 5 years. A new adaptation happened. The X antibody. Certain Digimon were either born or managed to adapt after a run into the X's deadly touch. The antibody renders them immune to the instant destruction effect an X's touch can have. Most survivors in today's world have the antibody, and those who don't have it are the last remnants of an old, lost world. Note, each of you do carry the X antibody, and thus are immune to being instantly deleted by an X. The Resistance is still standing strong, though, fighting back where it can and staying hidden and surviving when they couldn't fight back, and weaknesses have been found. In today's age, the X are being led by Digimon referred to as the Blackened, Digimon whose bodies have been turned black rather than their normal color. These Digimon have been in charge of directing and leading the X in their extermination effort, though there have been cases of a Blackened going rogue and defecting to the Resistance, and bringing valuable information with them. And the most important information is this: the X have a leader, and this leader is the primary target for the Resistance, to find and delete them. But so far, all efforts to identify or locate him has been for naught. All of you live in a small Resistance enclave known as Hope's Beacon, a forward base of the Resistance protected by one of the few remaining megas around. Though it is a base of the Resistance, it is also a very tight-knit community. Everyone works for the survival of the community, and for the fight to retake your world from the X. The following are the rules and laws of Hope's Beacon. 1. Egg Shapers have priority over any goods and services over anyone else. In the event of a raid or an attack, they have priority for protection, followed by eggs, then young Digimon. Egg Shapers are the rare Digimon who have developed the ability to gather and call together raw data and bring it together into a Digi-Egg. They are the lifeblood of maintaining new Digimon to be born after the village was wiped out during the war. 2. No Digimon is to be allowed to be captured or killed by the X. If a Digimon realizes they are about to be killed, they are either to terminate themselves or a teammate should put them down. The reason for this is simple. If a Digimon is killed by an X, their data will be devoured by the X and lost forever. If killed normally, eventually their data will be reborn again. Rule 3. Outside of Rule 2, Digimon are never allowed to harm other Digimon outside of practice or training, and even then, harm should be striven to be kept to a minimum in case of trouble. 4. All Digimon are expected to work for the betterment of the community. Anyone who goes against the community will either be cast out or executed to be reborn again. Rule 5. Learn and care for your community and those around you. A Digimon's greatest strength is their heart and soul, the one thing no X has. Let the bonds you make and your desire to protect them push you forward to fight and keep them safe. When it comes to the Resistance, squads can shift mission to mission, depending on mission needs and availability of Digimon who can fulfill the tasks. Most squads are expected to take a heavy combat specialist in case shit goes foobar, a recon specialist, a medic, and a communication expert. It is very, very rare that a squad will have all of those roles, and even then, most Digimon eventually develop to the point they can fulfill any role. Most in training work in the community, running messages, and doing little odd jobs to help out. They are never allowed to go out under any circumstance. Rookie-level Digimon are given more responsibilities. They are able to move anywhere in town and considered full members of the Resistance. Most rookies tend to spend time learning in base, training, and just trying to become more accomplished. Rookie squads will be sent out with an ultimate-level Digimon to watch over, teach, and protect the team as they run basic scrounging or elimination of low-risk targets, like a group of X-Scouts. Champion-level Digimon are considered the rank and file for the Resistance, taking care of whatever missions they are assigned or tasked to do either in their community or their field. They are expected to be self-sufficient and to accomplish their missions. Ultimate levels are the elites. They're the Digimon sent out for the high-ranking priority missions, missions of vital importance to the Resistance. They also take on squads of rookies and train, teach, and protect them. For most communities, the Ultimates are the one giving the day-to-day orders and seeing that everything is going okay. The Mega levels are the rarest breed. The few who remain serve as protectors and leaders of the Resistance. They very rarely take to the field, due to them being extremely high-priority targets for the X. If a Mega is sighted, X for miles around will converge and attack to try and overwhelm and assimilate their data. When a Mega takes the field, though, either a community is about to be wiped out, or there is such an important mission going on, only they can be expected to do it. All of you are rookies in a newly formed squad. You may have responsibilities and duties in town, and that may have been your primary area. But every Digimon is expected to be able to do some work outside of the Hope's Beacon. Alright, Kerr. You're up.
There is one more rule I wanted to add that I thought of, and I kind of posted to you guys beforehand. If a mission goes bad or X are sighted nearby, survivors are not to return to the Enclave under any circumstance until they can completely clear that they are not being followed or watched, because in the past X have used this trick to find out where resistance cells are and wipe them out. They attack a squad, wipe out most of them, and allow like one member to get away or sneak away, and then they will follow that person back to the base and then send an attack force to wipe them all out. So resistance teams that encounter trouble and suffer casualties are basically not allowed to come back unless they can survive for like a couple of days on their own. Just to basically prove that they are not being followed. Otherwise, it's just too dangerous.
Yeah, checks out.
But yes. Real quick from the audience, any questions?
Well, let's go ahead and get started.
Okay. So, I'm going to turn it over real quick to you guys as well. Hope Beacon is a... Oh, don't worry. You will. Hope's Beacon is a smaller community. It has maybe around 200 Digimon. Also, look at that baby, everyone. Look at that baby. Look at Asher.
What's the text on the baby's necklace say?
It is a...
Truly, this is the dankest dungeon.
Ido Things tipped $5.
It's a holy ring he wears. Sorry,
Yes.
Go ahead.
I do things. Thank you very much for that tip and supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. And yes, the ring on his neck is a holy ring, and it is something that he was born with. However, at this time, it is a dull silver rather than the normal gold.
But yes, look at that baby. Look at that baby right there.
Yeah, look at that little guy
away.
in the pizza box.
Looking for some people.
Hope's Beacon is a forward base of the Resistance. It is a around 200 member base set up in the mountains, and it is very much kept under as much stealth as they possibly can. It's basically built into the mountain side that it's nearby. It's against. It has 200 members about ish. that are on site at all times, or who live there. You guys would be among this number. But it is a forward group. So you guys get a lot of Digimon coming and going through the base who you might not necessarily recognize. It is a forward point, so if anything is about to happen, a lot of Digimon will start showing up at Hope's Beacon in order to basically get ready for pushing into X-Hell territory. You guys are almost behind enemy lines, but not quite there. You're still able to get resupplies from the resistance when you need it. Otherwise, you're more you're able to keep yourselves going.
More
Oh
self-reliant.
no.
Mhm.
Wait, we're the front line, aren't we?
Yes, you are on the front lines. You guys are literally in the front lines, if not a little bit behind the front lines on the enemy side of the territory. Also, look at
That is
Brioche.
terrifying.
Look at Brioche.
He's cute.
It is considered imperative that Hope's Beacon remain hidden at all costs, because if it is found out, it's basically going to have to be an evacuation order to everyone there to get out, because of how dangerous it would be for the X to know you're there. However, Digimon launch raids all the time in X territory, so you guys doing missions from your base is not going to just give it away. So feel free to wipe out X that are nearby. It's just a matter of you have to make sure they don't find out that Hope's Beacon is there, or bad things are going to happen. Otherwise, it has a full little community set up. It has a small little nursery for the in-training and the baby Digimon that are born there. You do have a set of actually 5 different Digimon who can create eggs. And they never go on missions. Their mission is basically crafting eggs from data and basically taking care of the babies. And everyone...
Congratulations. Your job is breeding.
Basically, they are probably the most fierce of any of the Digimon there. They will fight fucking tooth and nail to protect every single baby under their command. And there's quite a few Digimon who have been basically actually like born at the base and who have basically grown up here and live here currently. So everyone knows them, everyone trusts them, and they be scary. They be very scary when like they get involved for some reason. And yes, Charles is sweet. Charles is super adorable. Otherwise, there is only one Mega level Digimon on site. He was the one who built Hope's Beacon, and he is the reason it's called Hope's Beacon. It's also informally called Hope's Lights, because of who he is. His name is Holroot, and he is a Magnamon X, and he is considered to be one of the most powerful Megas still around, and he is widely considered to be one of the major leaders of the Resistance, which is why he is here.
Oh.
Also,
Go ahead.
I just want to point out real quick, a little detail that Mirai put into this border. It's really hard to see because it's so small. But if you look up at the top of the area where the art is there, and where Fantasy Grounds is, it looks like Mirai put in the little, close, minimize, and such buttons. Like it's a window monitor, or, a window on a computer. I just enjoy that they put in that little detail.
Windows brand.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not Fantasy Grounds, RZ. That's part of the border. Mirai went all out on this one.
But yes, Holru is the leader of Hope's Light. He is a very fair Digimon. He is somewhat regarded by others as a bit of a softie, but no one is really going to get upset about him for that because of the sheer fact of when push comes to shove, this is the man who will be on the front lines, and they literally have to hold him back to stop him from basically going out whenever anyone is in danger. Like, this is the man who will literally do everything that he possibly can to protect even like the lowest rookie level Digimon whose life honestly doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things that much. It weighs very heavily on him whenever the rookies have to go out and he can't do it himself. He is a very, very good leader though. Also, look at Jace. Look at Jace. Look at him. Oh, I love Jace. I love Jace so much.
You only love him because you get to torture me.
Oh, I love him for more reasons than that, but yes, I also love him for that reason as well. I like to give my players funness boosts. Yeah, funness boosts are what they're called. Oh, he's gonna be my sweet baby. Oh, just wait. Just wait.
And Carry On My Wayward Son begins to play in the background.
Oh, just wait. I want to see Magna now.
You leave my baby alone, Kerr.
Sorry, Magna. I didn't write this. I'm just telling you the world that you ended up in. For you guys are going to be we're going to be starting up with you guys joining your squad and meeting each other. Like, you guys know each other. You guys have basically grown up together, or some of you are adults or older than others. You're all adults, but like some of you may have been doing this for a few more years than the others. And this is the first like day on the new squad, basically, for you guys to like, hey, you guys are together. And that is where we will be going. That is where we are going to be starting once we actually get into the game itself. And look at this little cinnamon roll. Look at him. Look at Magna. Look at him. Look at his sweet baby.
Zim.
What?
What the heck? What the heck? I can see the chat.
See what?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're
Here
talking about.
is Rip.
I don't see anything.
No, I clearly said this is Magna.
Yeah, he said this is Magna. I don't know what you're talking about, Brian's.
Look at this little cinnamon roll.
He is pointing.
His suffering is going to be great.
No.
Delicious. And then last but not least, our final baby for our presentation. Our last player character, the sweet, the adorable little baby, Spectre. Look upon this baby. Look at the fierce baby. Look at the fierce baby.
A magnanimous dispensation.
Tochemay tipped $115. Supplies. It is only supplies. Zrax sip.
Tochemay, thank you so much for that tip and supporting the channel. I appreciate it so very much. The tip goal has been fully completed.
Street Coon. Not today. Not today, Street Coon. Look at this baby. Look at this is fierce baby. This is fierce baby.
Why do I have the feeling Rygon's going to give Spectre this super deep, gruff voice?
You want a super deep gruff voice?
No, he's baby.
No, I
He
want
is
you to
baby.
give him whatever you were planning to give him, but I could see you doing that.
What do you want?
He
Oh
he
no!
he
Oh
he
no!
he has the generic Gamamon voice in my head, and it is adorable.
I don't even know the Gamamon. Well, I kind of do, but I don't now.
Oh!
What is it that you have? A knife!
No!
Gonna stab someone.
Alright, that is it for the art, so let's actually get into this story.
Yes. Also, I shared the in our private chat. I shared a little clip of what Gamamon's canon voice sounds like for the one of the main characters. Just like that's the voice I have for Spectre in my head. But yes, so now that I've kind of set the scene up a little bit of like what the community is like, I want to turn it over to our players. This is like a session 0.5/1. Like this is also getting into the world for you guys too. I want to go with each of you, starting with Asher, and we'll move down the list. Who are you guys like in the community? How long have you been a part of the community here? And what do you guys do and that sort of thing? And anything else like special or important that you want to have happen to your character or anything. Like, I'm willing to give you guys stuff.
10 tabletop cards packs.
Sky, thank you so much for those pack purchases. Thank you for supporting the channel with by picking up those cards. I really, really appreciate it. So, for Asher, I guess for based on what you were telling me in DMs, it sounds like he is probably the youngest of the group. Considering he was either just hatched or still an egg when the story there is Asher's egg was taken by the X and getting corrupted, and Jace took the egg or the young Asher, whichever it is. It's unclear. We'll leave that up to Kerr.
Mm-hmm.
And ran from the X.
It would have been the it would have been as an egg.
Okay. Yeah, also, Kerr, you really should have actually spoke with Era about that, because I'm glad I messaged him earlier today. It would have been really weird for me to be like, my rescuer! And he's like, the fuck?
Oh no, I was actually going to actually do something if he didn't know that. Like, I was actually going to work that in, so I didn't mention it to him. There was actually a specific reason I was going to do that.
We can pretend like I don't know. I was up at 6 a.m. when I got the message. It was like, he probably told me and I just forgot about it.
No, it's
I gotta
okay.
run right now.
It's okay. Like, I'm okay with you two knowing each other. Like, I could see Jace specifically, like, watching over Asher and such.
Very much so.
But yes, Asher is sweet baby.
Asher's got a bit of stuff that will be revealed in due time. But
Yes.
Otherwise, for now, he very much looks up to the Mega, whose name I am terrible with names.
Holru is his name.
Holru. He very much looks up to Holru, as well as Jace. Probably follows the two of them around as much as he can, like a little lost puppy.
It would probably be Jace you would follow around, and Holru. It's not that Holru doesn't want you to follow him around. Like, he would be more than happy to, like, give you time and attention. He's just so busy doing things and running around and going to, like, missions that are, like, secret and such that he just doesn't have a lot of time that he could spend.
Well, yeah.
So he would spend time with you.
Well, yeah, but that's just, like I said, as much as he can. But otherwise, he is primarily a scout. Though he does want to become a knight. And so he has been trying to emulate a lot of the little virtues that he sees from Holder.
Okay. Yep. No, that totally works. So Asher is the newest. How long would you have said that he's been hatched for? That he's been like active in the Resistance?
Well, you told me that it was a year or two.
Okay, I just wanted to check in case like you had decided on like the exact time or such.
I mean, I'm leaving a lot of this up to you. I've given you the framework for what I have in mind. And from there, I'm leaving this stuff up to you.
I'm just double checking. All right, is there anything else you would like to add, Asher?
Nothing really comes to mind.
Okay.
He does like to study.
Okay.
He does have he does study some of the lore. Tries to learn about everything a lot of the time, and he's also been studying medicine. So he's kind of both scout and medic. Yeah. Kind of building him along the lines of like a D&D cleric. You know, front line, but can also, you know, take a hit, but also can, you know, heal and such.
Okay.
All I'm thinking about right now is just how Asher is little baby puppy dog, right? And he's learning medicine, so he's probably going around to everybody telling them about all the bones.
Wait a second. Oh no.
I totally start singing that this bone is connected to that bone song, but I don't remember it, so...
But
So
Asher does.
Moving
The knee
on.
bone's connected to the thigh bone.
One thing I will point out for everybody, even though he is technically only like 2 years old, it is part of Digimon that they basically come out as the equivalent of what, you know, we consider adults.
Yeah. Well, basically, once they hit their rookie form, they're basically adults. Let's go over to Brioche now.
Nom's the Brioche. Sorry, you named him after my favorite variety of bread. I love brioche.
Not to interrupt or anything, but I got it. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go run to the restroom real quickly.
You're good.
Brioche has been around for quite a while. When getting here, he lost almost all the other Bergermon with him.
Hmm.
Do you think he's waiting for any of them to catch up?
Oh.
Oh, that is so bad, Rygon. So bad.
So I'm going to step in here real quick. And tell you guys something that you guys would very rarely hear, but Brioche would have seen. So Brioche, you specifically would have experience with this.
10 tabletop cards packs.
Varian Cat, thank you so much for supporting the channel and picking up those packs of cards.
Sky
Thank you.
Navali cheered with 100 eggy bitties. Are some brioche with our Brussels shallot? I do enjoy some bread with my salad. Maybe can make crispy for croutons?
Thank you for the biddies, Sky.
Brioche, you saw your fellow Burgermon being basically devoured by an X, and it was able to assimilate parts of all of them into itself. Like you could see their faces and parts of their body in its more silver metal form.
Oh, that's
They
fine.
don't they don't just assimilate the data, they take the data and can use it to upgrade or change themselves. And it's theorized that the Digimon could possibly be alive inside of them, but nobody knows.
Join
For
us.
For the chat, Kurt really loves the what is it, Ghost Game series that came out
Oh,
of
Ghost Game's
Digimon.
great. Ghost Game's great.
So yes, this is probably gonna be a more gruesome campaign.
It's gonna be a more serious series, yes.
I mean, to
But
be fair, Ghost Game brought me back.
Can I
no,
just
go
point out?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so there was a Kids Next Door monster, the lunch monster, that came to my mind, and that lives in my head forever now.
So, Brioche, like this is more conjecture and such by most Digimon and the Resistance, but it's like a very heavily believed in theory that the X can take on data of the Digimon that they eat and can also possibly get some of their memories or abilities and such. So yeah, no, you saw that firsthand when you saw like a dozen Burgermon basically pushing out of one X and it using their abilities and powers as it continued hunting and trying to catch you. So yeah, you basically know for a fact that this is almost certainly true. But yes, continue, Brioche. Continue.
And Brioche tries to make sure that everybody's fed. Even in these hard times, a full belly is better than... Take your mind off things.
Mm-hmm. I just imagine Brioche is basically in charge of cooking for the entire community. Sure, yeah, he has to go on missions technically, but a lot of his stuff is spent in the kitchen and making sure everyone has good food and is taken care of while they're on base. Is there anything else you would like to add, Brioche?
That would be the main thing.
Okay, then let's move on to Charles.
Oh, hello. So yeah, Charles. He grew up in Hope Beacon.
Mm-hmm.
Since he was a little egg, he was conceived there and all. And it's not a great place. It's not a great time for children to be around and to be training every day, especially because he wasn't very good at, punching per se. Not the best physical fighter. He was a decent shot, with the stone. He could throw stones pretty far, pretty accurately, but, he's not really the soldier type. But he kind of has to be. Of course, that's just how it is. And so, he ends up getting an obsession with these old scraps of papers and books that people find on scavenging runs, and he starts reading about the old world, mostly from magazines and economic theory. So he's just really interested in the idea of wealth and money, because that's not a thing that's really in his community.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of his escape from all this, is to think about that and maybe how I could come back one day, or it could even be in the camp or something. But of course, keeps his head down. He's made very few friends he tends to isolate himself, either keeping himself busy with mundane tasks or some minor hobby works, like repairs. He's pretty decent with a hammer and nail, so that's mostly what he's been doing in terms of the camp. He's actually
Adorable.
He has
Adorable
an
to
eye.
think. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
He has an affinity and an eye for valuable metals, strong metals, decent wood and all that.
Bold of you to assume that Holru is going to allow you to isolate yourself. No.
Oh. He
said Digimon would literally just march up and drag you into the nearest meeting ground, where Brioche is cooking up a little feast for everyone who's gathered because everyone has meals together, and basically sits you down and goes, "We're going to have friends now. You do not get out of this. This is an order."
Charles tries. He tries his hardest.
He tries. Holru just takes it as a challenge.
I mean, especially after what happened to Margie. No one talks about that. What was it? Harugoromon anymore. And which was fair because she was a very quiet one and didn't really talk. She still helped around, but they kind of bonded. He felt like he was the only person she could really talk to.
If you don't give me something to do, I'll have to amuse myself, and no one wants that.
Sky the Valley says perfect.
Here's your new friend.
Yeah, she's not around anymore, of her own volition.
Oof. Well, do not worry, darling. I'm here for you. I will give you hugs, snuggles, and I will also give you cookies. I hear cookies are a good way to make friends, darling.
Oh boy, that brings up the interesting conundrum of cookies in the digital world.
Yum, I love being tracked.
But yes, I like. Very nice. Let us move forward, because I do want to get into actual game and such, eventually tonight. Jace, hit us. Regale us.
It sounds like Jace has been here for probably 3 to 5 years, somewhere in that spectrum.
Or around there, I could see that, yes.
He showed up with the Digimon egg and begged for entry and safety. Since then, he has not a day taken off. He does any task anybody asks of him, no matter how tired he seems to be, and he looks excessively tired consistently. He has asked for very little in return. He would have slept on the street if nobody gave him a place to sleep or told him to sleep somewhere. He would sleep on the street. He doesn't eat until somebody hands him food. And he will literally work himself to death if it wasn't for the fact I have a feeling that Haru consistently puts an end to that.
So, when you first arrived at the gates, they were very much in the idea of not letting you in because it's very much seems like a trick or a trying to get a base to reveal itself to confirm that they're there. And everyone was like, no, we can't take this risk. This is obviously a trap. This is obviously a trick. He's alone. He has an egg. This is like perfect bait. And Holru basically just said, nope. If this is a trap, I will personally lead the evacuation and I will not allow a single person to get hurt. And he himself is the one who opened the gates and allowed you in Jace. And he ensured that you had a home, that you had a food to eat, that basically he has put a Digimon in charge of you to ensure that you take care of yourself and no one takes advantage of you. Anyone who has tried to do that has faced very stern words from him, and he can get very, very scary when he gets upset. And he's also like the group dad, where he can go, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed, and literally guilt basically anyone into doing what he wants.
Jace, unfortunately, can oftentimes be seen sitting outside his home very late at night by himself, because he seems to like the solitude. Otherwise, he seems very tired. And as long as Razim's okay with it, he very well might call Asher either Sweet Bean or Bean.
He is baby. I honestly ship Asher and Jace as like father and son, and Zim says he is okay with that.
Jace has gotten extremely protective over Asher.
Note, you would have been pulled aside, Jace. Basically into when you first arrived, you basically would have brought into the very, very private areas of the Resistance, and you would have been interviewed about what happened with you, and where you were from, and what you did.
Oh, that was a long meeting then. A very long meeting. They probably didn't like a lot of those answers.
Probably not, but throughout the entire time, Halru was in your corner. Basically, like, you did what you had to do to survive. You didn't really necessarily have a choice. And you did. Not only did you abandon and run, you saved another life as well. And now you're trying to make up for what you did. So Halru is 100% for that. And he is basically taken on, like, ensuring that you have the chance to do good. And anyone else who gives you trouble, personally, has to bring it up with him. No one has given you problems since then, Jace, because Halru will not allow it. Halru is good bean. Halru is very good bean.
Haru may have been told several times to never lose the light in his eyes.
Halru has also informed Jace not to tell anyone about his past without like special permission from him, just to avoid each situations or issues coming up. Like, the only people who are aware are basically like Halru's inner circle or anyone who needs to know.
Sir, yes, sir.
Otherwise, yes, he would have given you a home, a place to live, basically whatever you needed. And you have basically become a member of the community. Yes, you have a very odd coloring, but no one has really asked too many questions about it, because obviously, like, everyone can see Halru trusts you. And if Halru trusts you, that means you have to be good.
Hopefully. Hopefully I'm good. There is one other side note. Jace does wear a one-sleeve shirt, and he is very resistant to anybody ever pulling up that sleeve. He keeps it covered, period.
You also, Halru, you do know, or you have an idea. There is something that you specifically know, and I'm sending it to you real quick in DMs. Give me a moment.
There was a cat on my foot. By the way, if you all out there in the audience hear me talk occasionally in the background, I am talking to my cat Kuro, who is a teenager and is very much a teenager.
Maybe. Alright, I sent you something on Discord in our private chats.
Yep, I actually kind of expected that.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yep. That's about it. Apparently he has somebody that's there to keep him from working himself to death, but he will definitely try.
Yes, no one has allowed it. And I think, is there anything else you would like to add, Jace?
I think I am good.
Alright, then let's jump to our sweet baby Magna.
Oh no. Oh no. So as far as Magna can remember, he's been part of this group for around, he's been part of the community for around 3 or 4 years. Before then, he was with another group of 3 or 4 Digimon. The only one that he does remember, however, was Beelzemon. They were heading over towards this city when they noticed that they were being followed by what appeared to be only one member of the X, and so they decided to attack. But that's when they found out that that X does know some dangerous tactics for fights and wars. Magna did try to help, but as the other two were taken, the Beelzemon scooped up Magna and ran towards the city in order to try to find a way to get in. Before they could, the Beelzemon's leg was grabbed by some rope of some kind. The Beelzemon told Magna to run, but before that tied a neckerchief around his neck and told him, "I'll see you on the flip," before accepting his fate as he charged towards the X. Magna got accepted into the Magna managed to get away from the X. The X lost track of him somehow. He got accepted into the city, and for the first couple of days, Magna couldn't do anything. He just broke down. He became so numb that he started to forget some of the events, but whenever anyone mentions the neckerchief, he will start to remember and start to cry. One thing he realized from the group was that they just didn't have a medic. So he decided to push himself to learn medicine in order to help the next group that he maybe put a part in. Some nights you'll just see him stare out into the stars, just wondering, are they among them? Other than that, when he does get nervous, you'll hear him start muttering just a whole bunch of medical jargon as he's just going over simple ways to treat some injuries that he knows he had to learn about.
Baby.
Yes.
Little baby
Sweet.
man.
Sweet baby. Oh God. Oh. I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
You made me you told me to come up with a Digimon that died. I worked it into the backstory. I deserve 100 on this homework curve.
Oh no, I'm going. Hang on a second. Hang on. Normally I wouldn't do this, but I feel like after all that work you put in and all that wonderfulness that you shared, like that was fantastic. That was fantastic. Bryan.
I'm happy.
Hang on. I just shared something to you, Bryan, in Discord.
Oh boy.
I am so sorry, Bryan. I am so sorry.
No! No!
I was planning all this and then I was just listening to you and it's like, I know what I must do.
Poor baby. Is
there anything else you would like to add, Magna? Oh, Serial Kid. Yes, I enjoy their suffering and pain.
You're gonna make me depressed. You're gonna make me leave the Discord when this happens just because I'm gonna cry.
Oh, it's not gonna happen for a while. Don't worry about it, Magna. This is something that's gonna be in for the long run. You're not gonna know when it's going to happen. Oh, it's going to be glorious. I can't wait. Okay. Anything else, Magna, though? My sweet baby?
He loves cinnamon rolls.
He loves cinnamon rolls. This is wonderful. He is a cinnamon roll.
I'm gonna cry. What the hell?
Oh, your pain is giving me joy, giving me energy. Your pain directly motivates me to work even harder on this. Give it to me. Give it all to me. You have Magna. You now get to learn the term of happy fun times. Welcome to Kerr's Happy Fun Times. I have a new, fresh victim to show you what it's like. Oh, Goose, just wait till you find out. Just wait till you find out what I told Magna. You might be suffering even more. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I can't wait for this event to happen now later on.
I think the trap has already been set, Vari.
Oh, it's a little secret. Don't worry. The plan can't go out the window because no matter what they do, Magna will suffer, and so will Goose. So they can't ruin the plan because even if they utterly obliterate and destroy it, that's just going to cause Magna heartache and pain and suffering and misery. So I'm okay with that.
Unless we have to kill Magna before that.
Oh, I won't let that happen. Anyway, Spectre, your turn.
Hello. How much of an effect can we have on the world with our backstory?
What do you want?
I'm kind of thinking that the Spectre is actually from another group that was within Hope's Beacon.
Mm-hmm.
Then they were wiped out. The thing is, though, is only Spectre remembers that. So when he came back or came to within Hope's Beacon, he's trying to convince people like, hey, these people existed, and nobody seems to believe him. So he's drawn back into himself, and occasionally he'll even run away from Hope's Beacon. But he does like to collect advertisements. You know which one's his favorite? Congratulations, you've won.
I love that one. Oh, it's a great one.
Oh, I love it. 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 I love it.
I'm back. So sorry about that.
You're good.
Jace, yeah, I'm okay with that. Magna, please tell me you haven't shared that with Goose yet. Make sure he has to watch to see.
I have not shared it at all. I promise you. He's going to have to watch this.
Magna, did you share what I sent to you with Zim?
Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea what's coming.
I was just curious if you had or not. If that's what you were talking about.
I'm about to depressingly cry when this happens. I'm going to mute myself. I'm just gonna cry in my room, and if I have to go to work, I'm gonna shoot a message and be like, I'm depressed right now.
Let's go ahead and move back to Spectre. Just wanted to slide those two things in there.
Yes. Back to you, Spectre.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I love it. I love it. This is 100% okay by me, and I will work this into the plot because I already have plots for you, and this will work wonderfully.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, he's a very reserved individual, and he, for some reason, seems to carry a very heavy suspicion of Asher and Jace.
Sorry, repeat that?
He has he carries a great suspicion for Asher and Jace. Like it's noticeable. Like it's not something that is exactly trying to hide. People notice that he's like, I just don't trust those two.
So this is common knowledge. Everyone knows about the Blackened. Most of the Resistance has fought a Blackened at one point or another. So yeah, it all stands out. Everyone knows them. Or knows of them. there are several Blackened who are extremely powerful and who have never been defeated and never lost a fight, or at worst have basically been hit to a draw that the Resistance has never been able to put down and have been thorns in their side for like years. All of the Blackened have the exact same color scheme Jace and Asher do.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, the only reason like Jace and Asher do not get like ostracized and such is specifically because of Holru's influence. Holru does not allow for that. And if anything starts to show up, he literally will show up personally to take care of it himself.
Well, I'm sure Spectre has probably gotten a talking to or two, but he just can't let it go.
Mm-hmm.
He's not hostile. He's just so suspicious that he's just not really sure what to do with himself about it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so Spectre, real quick.
Yes.
Real quick. I am going to give you something that I have been working on for you. And also something that might play into this a little bit. Okay. Spectre, for literally how long? You've been here for a while, correct?
Yeah, he's been born and raised in the Hope's Beacon.
Okay. So around the time that Jace actually arrived with Asher's egg, you began to have dreams of basically like a black Gummamon in your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
He's never been like offensive to you or like cruel or mean. He's just kind of like teasingly mocking to you and kind of playful to you almost. Like he will like tease you about how strong you are or push you to try to get stronger. But he also offers you advice every once in a while. And his advice usually turns out to be very important whenever you're out on missions and such.
Okay.
But he shows up basically whenever you fall asleep. He will at least show up at least every day or two. You will see him.
Okay. Does anyone else know about Black Spectre?
Not unless you have told anyone. No.
No, I think this one Spectre is keeping to himself.
Yes, and he would have said like he would prefer you to keep their chats to a minimum. But otherwise, he's not going to get in the way if you did want to tell someone. He's just going to tell you, maybe you should avoid it. Just, be on the safe side.
Well, Inspector honestly kind of has to agree because with the way that the times are, like, what's to say he won't end up banished?
Mm-hmm. The Black Gummamon may have subtly implied that could happen.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't stop him from running away every so often, though.
Oh, yes.
And by run away, I don't mean like he just goes off and he's like, I'm gone forever for good or anything like that. It's just more of like he goes out a little ways, does whatever he's going to be doing, and then he comes back.
Yeah, you probably like, clear it with like command, just like, hey, I want a little bit of a longer term mission out a little bit further. Do you have one open? And like, yeah, I'll grab it. I'll go take care of it and then have some time to myself.
Yeah.
Like they're very accommodating for like what you might need to do or take care of. But hey, rejoice, Spectre, because now you get your first ever squad.
Yay.
I can feel I can almost feel Spectre's.
Even better, it features both Jace and Asher.
He's like so on edge right now.
Excited, right?
He's itchy.
Oh, I've got claws. I can help with that.
And so we shall now actually begin our game. We shall now actually begin our first episode, now that we have finished introductions and getting everything like into the world, into character, like understanding everything, let us begin our first full episode of Data Resistance Squad. So, it is another day in Hope's Beacon. Missions are being run almost day and night. Like, sleep is more like a guideline of when you're ready to pass out rather than when the sun goes down. But today is a good day. Today is a very, very good day for a few Digimon. Asher, Brioche, Charles, Jace, Magna, and Spectre. Each of you has been given a little, basically a little data slate with new orders of you guys are getting a new squad. You have either passed your training or a new squad is needed and you have been chosen to basically fill it out. And I want to go through each of you. What would your character be up to when these the order slates would have gone out?
Is Halru available?
He would be busy at the moment getting everything set up for a new operation.
Okay, then Asher would probably be following along behind Jace.
Okay. Jace, what would you be up to?
If I'm being allowed to work right now, I'd be working and asking Asher what new bones he learned about today.
Babies! I love them. Oh my god, I love these babies.
Well, I learned about the femur. It's a really strong one. And supposed to be very tasty.
That's really good to hear. Hopefully we don't have anything that strong in our bodies break anytime soon.
I know how to fix it. Ish.
Good.
Hey there, Jace, Asher, I got some stuff for you guys. As you see a Gazimon walking up to both of you. He is one of the runners of the base. He doesn't go out that often, mostly because he's very quick, and he knows the back streets of this place like the back of his paw, and can get messages and such out when they can't actually use the communication systems. Usually that system is only reserved for outside teams because of how important it is. So almost everything is communicated through runners.
Jace will sit down whatever tool he's doing and be like, oh, hi. Yeah.
All right. The Gazimon is going to open up his pack and reach in and pull out 2 data slates, and he will offer them to both Jace and Asher. Looks like orders came from the higher ups. You guys got squad duty.
Oh. All right. Yeah, I can do that. Thank you.
No worries. I'm sure you guys will do fine.
I hope so.
Asher is experimentally nibbling on the slate.
Careful, you don't want to do that. Those are your orders for your new mission.
Oh, okay.
Good luck to you two. I got some more orders I need to get out. So, good luck to you guys out there.
Have a good day. Be safe.
Oh, you guys are the ones that are going to be heading out, so you guys be on the safe side. I'm going to be here. And he's going to quickly race off, dropping to all fours and literally just zooming off.
Lowly leans over to see where Asher was assigned.
It's with you.
Oh, good. Hey, Bean. Looks like we gotta go meet up with people.
Oh, okay. I wonder who else we're gonna be with.
It's a good question. I'm kind of surprised they actually took me.
I hope it's with that Spectre. He looks like fun.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah, totally fun. Here, let's get going. Here, let me put this away first. If we don't put this away, be bad. Do you want to sing that song again while we walk?
What song?
The Bones song, because that's a headcanon for me now.
Sure, he's singing it. Why not?
Hey Jace, I just sent you a little private thing that you might think about.
Shiver.
So next, Brioche, what are you up to?
Small class on sourdough starter, how to get it going, and making sure that people know how to actually cook this food.
He's so baby. He is so baby. I love it. Oh my god.
People need to know how to cook in case I do go down sometime.
He is so baby. I love it. There is a knock on the door of your classroom before the door opens and the Gazimon peeks his head in. Hey, Brioche, sorry to interrupt you. I got some orders for you. And literally every eye in your class turns and looks at him and glares as he kind of just holds up his hands. Hey, this is coming from up high, not me. Please don't kill me. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just delivering it.
Everybody has to serve. Thank you so much. And I'll take the data.
He's going to nod and hand you the data slate. Yeah, just don't die. Your bread is really, really good, and your burgers are to die for. And he will give you a wave before starting off.
Check the data. Okay, Asher, Jace. Okay, that's a couple people I can work with. Okay, and now make sure not to burn this too bad. And on to the next person.
All right, Charles.
Charles would probably be hammering in a few boards, trying to fix up a couple supply crates used to haul or larger cargo. Meanwhile, arguing with Jeffica that maybe we should be using steel nails instead of copper ones. They keep longer. We don't have to use them. And it's not like we don't have enough steel, you know? It's the thing.
You know how hard steel is to get? It's much more useful in setting up barricades and weapons than it is making nails out of. And right now, yes, we can get by with copper. Yes, it's a bit more of an issue having to fix it every once in a while, but the steel is more important in other uses.
At the very least, make it steel points. I mean, come on, come on. It's. What do you think we use in the barricades, Jeffica? Nails! And wood. Which, by the way, the last shipment was far too soggy. I know, they found it in a marsh, but the wood's no good all wet like that.
We take what we can get, and we're happy for it. Because at least we can get a delivery through. Scavenging has been pretty light in this area. We need to send out a few more squads for it.
Look, all I'm saying is that whoever they're sending out there, they need a better eye out there for quality.
Look, I get it. I understand, and you're right. The issue is it's a freaking death trap out there. And we're sending kids out, basically, to look for these things. They're rookies.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry, Jeffica. You know, it's just the things get to me, and I just want to do a good job, you know.
He reaches out and pats your shoulder. Listen, you're trying. I get that. And yeah, if we had everything that we had before, we would be using steel nails. The problem is, we just don't. Like, we're barely getting by most of the time. We don't have the luxury for it. So we use, where we can cut corners, we have to cut corners. Because we need that steel to build, like, shields and barricades to actually, like, protect the town in case anything happened. And,
you know, Jeff, people used to have gold nails on their houses, you know. I told you about the big houses, right? You know, with the ones where you gotta drive a little cart to get to the one end to the other.
I remember. I was around back then. I remember what the world used to be like.
Just telling me this now? What?
I don't talk about it a lot. There's just bad memories. We lost a lot of things over the last two decades. And most of it we're never going to be able to get back. But I'm glad that you like the old world so much. I'm very glad. Because we need people like you who, when we take this world back, to be able to rebuild that. And we can't do that if we lose it. If we forget about it.
You know, Jessica, you always know what to say to me.
I've been around a while. I've survived. A lot of people haven't. I might not be that great at fighting, but I can build stuff and I can fix things. That's what I do. And at that moment, the runner is going to show up. Hey, Charles, down here?
Yeah, what's it? You need something repaired, or the house falling down?
No, it looks like you got squad duty. I got your orders right here, as he will hold up a data slate towards you.
Charles silently looks at the data pad, rereads.
Basically, it's the assignment to a combat squad with a couple of other rookies. Everyone basically knows everyone in the community, so you would recognize all the names immediately.
Yeah. Excuse me a moment. I'm just gonna bite on my fingers a little bit. There you go. Oh boy.
Almost all of us gotta serve.
Oh.
Just your time.
Yeah. I guess I had to end my 3-month streak eventually, huh? You know.
Hey, look at it this way. At least this time you'll get a chance to actually see how difficult it is to find stuff. Let's see if you can bring back something good.
If I come back at all, Jessica.
He glances at the data slate before just kind of tapping it. Nah, you're good. You're good. You're with Garen. Garen won't let any harm come to you. That guy is he's a thing.
You know, it's just
yes, most things are a thing.
Who put Jace and Spectre on the same team is who I'm wondering. I mean, you know. I don't know nothing, of course. You didn't hear it from me, but, you know, it's...
They don't necessarily always see eye to eye, you could say.
Yeah, and you know, I mean... and Jace looks a bit odd, is all. I mean, you know, I don't have an opinion on this sort of thing. I suppose it just seems odd to put them together.
I don't know who made the orders. Likely it was probably just one of the higher ups. We might need the manpower for some reason. I don't know. The data slate doesn't really say what you guys are going to be up to, just basically where you're supposed to go and who you're with.
Oh, well, that's swell. That's swell. I should probably head over. I don't want to be a traitor, you know.
Just take a deep breath, Charles. You're a rookie. You're not expected to fight. This is probably just going to be a scavenge mission or just a very light combat just to get your feet wet. You'll be fine. Most of these missions don't go badly. These are just basic missions that have been cleared.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, you know, playing it safe and taking no risks is a shortcut to poverty.
You'll be fine. This will give you some valuable insight to what the world looks like outside.
You always know what to say, Jessica. I ought to get going.
Hey, this is what I'm here for. Keep your head on straight as he flicks you on the forehead under your hat.
Well, no point delaying the inevitable. Just gonna start walking off.
Good luck. You got this. And scene shift to Magna. Oh, my sweet babies. Oh, my sweet, sweet, sweet babies. I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
You are absolutely not sorry at all.
I am not sorry whatsoever, and I am just absorbing all of the salt and the pain and suffering that you will feel later on. And it is delicious. It is delicious.
I just want to clarify that I imagined Jessica would be a Salamon.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I am 100% okay with that.
Just to make the theater of the mind, you know.
Oh yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. I am 100%. If you guys want to add in characters or literally come up with characters that your characters interact with or know and stuff, go ahead. I will play them and I will figure it out. Anything, because it's like, how is Charles going to feel if 20 sessions in, this character ends up getting killed or something horrible happening to them? Oh, this will be delightful.
There's so much betrayal going around that I'm afraid of.
I made a mistake.
You have made a mistake, and I am thankful for your mistake because it gives me good storylines and hooks. And I am going to enjoy every second of it. It's going to be great. I love plots. I love plot hooks. Give me more plot hooks, and I will give you things, everyone.
I already gave enough plot hooks.
No, nonsense. You can never give too many plot hooks, Magna. You can never give too many plot hooks. Go ahead. Give me more. Give me more, everyone.
Oh boy. So you said scene shift over to Magna, right?
Yep. It's your turn, Magna. Let's go.
Oh god. I'm over at the hospital right now. As you can see, people are being brought in after a mission was complete. People got injured. Oh, you can especially see me tending to a GrapLeomon who's just got scratches and scrapes all over his body. Carlos, come on, dude. How many times do I have to keep telling you in the party? Don't jump to the front, Carlos.
Hey, I needed to take on that thing. That thing was 8 feet tall. I was the only one big enough to actually hold it off.
Carlos, remember when you took the oath to medicine?
And they needed help. I helped, and I got a little banged up, sure, but hey, that's what I got you around, little guy.
I heard from everyone else that after the thing dropped down, knocked out, whatever you did, you almost passed out yourself, and your teammates are in here also getting taken care of right now. What the heck?
It was an ambush. I mean, one thing led to another, and then we had to deal with some of some and that nasty behemoth, and then there was the squad of assassins. It was tiring. Okay, like we fought, but we won, and nobody died. So that's a good thing.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna take care of you. We're gonna get you out of here, Carlos, okay? Remember, next time, remember the oath when you're out in the field? You're the first person to go rush into danger to save the others, the last person to go down. Got it?
I didn't go down though. I made sure to stay on my feet to the very end.
You were dragged in on a stretcher on your back. Come on. You were
Okay.
obviously knocked down.
I may have collapsed once we made sure we were clear and all of the X were gone. I won't deny that. But it was for a good cause.
I'm just gonna unconsciously just grab the neckerchief, be like, yeah, you're right. Okay, let me go grab some bandages for you.
He nods. Look, at least the rookie squad made it back okay. They needed a little bit of backup. They got in over their heads, and we were there to bail them out. That's what matters.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous to go back out there, honestly.
Magna has flashbacks as no one was there to save him and his friend had to do it himself.
Yes, that is the terrifying thing that I'm having happening right now.
As there is a knock at the door. Hey, Magna, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, second.
Alright. I have some new orders for you. It looks like you're on squad duty.
Fuck.
As the GrapLeomon just looks at you and shakes his head, you shouldn't have tempted it. You just had to say you were afraid to go back out there. That's like handing the universe the perfect line. Never do that.
Carlos, remember, I'm the one with the rubbing alcohol over here.
I'm just warning you. It's the same thing.
Don't make me.
Same thing as saying 3 days from retirement.
Alrighty, Carlos, this is going to hurt, and I'm going to not enjoy this as much as you are.
Oh, come on. You don't need to do this.
Just pouring the rubbing alcohol on gauze.
That hurts. God, why does it hurt so much?
You know I gotta wash the injury first. Come on.
This is psychopathy. You're crazy. You are enjoying every second of my pain.
Can't lie there.
As one of the doctors just pokes his head in, secretly every doctor is actually a sadist. We just channel in a very, very productive manner.
Okay. You're all bandaged up now, Carlos. You're gonna have to sit in the waiting room for the rest of your party to get there. And then as soon as everyone's good to go, you can go ahead. I'm telling you, you're going to stay on base for the next 1 week to make sure that your wounds don't get infected. Got it, Carlos?
If I say no, I don't suppose you're going to hunt me down, will you?
I will bring more rubbing alcohol.
Right, a week.
When I'm chasing after you.
I get a break. Okay, sweet. I will use that week to have a very nice vacation.
I'm just going to turn to the messenger and be like, how can I help you today?
As the Gaussian is just going to look at you before slowly offering you the data slate.
Thank you very much. Oh, but wait. Let's see who I'm working with today. Aw, Ash is really sweet. I love it when he comes in. Ooh, this seems gonna be fun.
Well, there's nothing else you need, Magna. I'm gonna head off and deliver the last slate for the to Spectre.
Sure, you said.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go head over to the meeting area that the slate says. Cool.
Okay. You be safe and try not to threaten your team with rubbing alcohol.
If some of them are stupid like Carlos, I will if I need to get them to listen.
The very large GrapLeomon is going to wilt slightly under your gaze. It doesn't matter if you're just a rookie. You don't mess with the doctors.
100%.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining this very large GrapLeomon sitting in a smaller chair and just wilting as this little Digimon is just glaring at him. And anything else for you, Magna?
Just walking out, I'm just going to see a couple like the little Digimon, like some of the ones who just hatched earlier. I'm just gonna wave at them, saying, "Hey."
They will wave back.
What have you done, Bryan? Not the children, no.
So, I was looking up the song, and apparently it's called Dem Bones, and I guess it's
Bones, Dem
apparently a spiritual song, and part of the lyric, it's apparently inspired by Ezekiel.
Yeah. Ezekiel cried them dry bones. Dem bones are gonna walk around, hear the word of the Lord.
Yep, I learned that song back when I was in like Bible school or something.
I learned it a
I
long
learned it in
time ago,
public
but
school.
forgot it from there, and it's just like, I did not realize that some of the lyrics were, hear the word of the Lord. Like,
Very gospel.
where the hell does this fit into the lyrics?
Praise
Or the
Horu.
It's good. It could just be like, you're just saying on repeat just one little phrase. Just like dem bone, dem bone, dem bone, dem bone, dem bone. Dem
Walk
bone.
around them bones gonna walk around.
So, Spectre,
Yes.
what are you up to?
Peeling potatoes.
Peeling potatoes?
It's like he's just sitting outside, like with this little big old barrel full of potatoes right beside him, and another not so full barrel, filled with skinned potatoes. And he's just sitting there, just kind of like growling and glaring at everyone passing by as he's just kind of like skinning these potatoes.
So, Spectre, which Digimon is called Potatoes?
I have no idea. I don't know Digimon very well.
There is actually a potato Digimon.
Tochemay was making a joke about you interacting with an NPC, Rygon.
Oh.
And skinning them.
Oh.
Yummy skin.
Oh.
So,
Yum,
No, he's just kind of sitting there, like I said, he's just growling and just grumbling. It's like stupid happy people, just walking around all happy.
So, Spectre, you hear a voice in the back of your head. So, we're a highly trained fighter and a very good stealth specialist, and you're sitting here peeling potatoes. Do I have the long and short of it?
And I'm just kind of like, Spectre just quickly looks around and just make sure nobody's watching. So, yes, you have the long and short of it.
Why are we peeling potatoes?
Because you had to go and get us into trouble.
Hey, I was just trying to give you advice.
Yeah, the wrong kind.
I mean, you just didn't pull it off well enough. If you had the skill to do what I suggested, you wouldn't have gotten caught, and you wouldn't have been put on potato duty.
Well, I did get caught, and now we're on potato duty.
Well, no, you're on potato duty. I'm supervising potato duty.
either or. Neither of us are moving from this spot for at least the next. Oh, hey!
As the Gazimon comes walking up to you, waving. Hey, Spectre! Ooh, potato duty, what happened?
I don't want to know.
Anyway, it looks like you've been reassigned from potato duty, and it looks like you are on a squad duty for the foreseeable future. Orders from the top, as he offers you the slate.
Squad duty? Don't they? Never mind.
Wow.
He gives it a read, and he's just like, all right, we got Brioche, we got Charles, Magna. Asher? Jace? No, I am not doing this.
Oh, Spectre, what deity did you piss off? I could not have come up with a better possible punishment for someone than this. This is, I'm taking notes of this here. Spectre, this is from the top. Like we can't say no to this.
Oh, looks back at the. Okay.
My bad.
Roll a d10, Spectre.
All right. How do I do that?
Pick up the dice and then roll.
Oops. I got a 3, I think.
You gotta roll it into the chat box.
I got a 2. That's even worse.
Speaking of, I need to pick out a dice design. By the way, for those that are new to Fantasy Grounds, if you would like to have some fancy dice designs, I do have a Fantasy Grounds affiliate link that you can use and support the channel. It's in the link tree. If you want to go pick up some fancy dice. Or you can go color them up in the upper right with some basic colors. And I think they've got some basic designs that you can use. Just click the dice icon in the upper right.
Oh, I can spend money?
You can.
You don't need to.
Yeah, probably don't.
I just use the basic dice.
Fine.
Come on, Spectre. It's not going to be that bad. It's just Jason Asher. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah,
You can.
I
you
know
can,
it's just. Go ahead.
You can feel the Black Gamamon in your head, literally just like sitting on an easy chair with the legs up and just kind of relaxing as he's just like grinning at you in his mind's eye. In your mind's eye, like he's enjoying this.
Is there any way I can maybe trade with someone?
Nope. I'm sorry. It looks like this is the squad that Command wants. I'm not sure why, but this is necessary. I'm sorry.
Yeah, necessary. Fine. Guess I'll go over there. And he just kind of like resheathes his knife and kind of like rubs one of his paws on a rag that he's wearing, and he's just kind of, all right, let's get this over with.
Hey, at least you don't have potato duty anymore.
You know, something tells me that if you don't move away from there, you're gonna be put on potato duty.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna get going. I need to get to my next assignment. See ya. Good luck. And we cut as everyone begins to convene at one of the training sites. Training site number 3, which is a small little wooded area in town for training in wood-like combat areas. And as you guys are all arriving, there is a Digimon who is already there waiting. How are all of you approaching, by the way? How would you all be approaching?
I'm just kind of arriving with a little pack on, just kind of glancing around like, okay, where are they? Oh, there they are.
Charles would be making very, very quick eye contact with everyone, not really sticking to any set of balls, and he would be grinning it. He'd be grinning a very, very unconvincing grin, big flashy teeth, while taking the very slowest strides he can, despite his long legs.
Okay. Baron Cat is bringing the storm. Luckily, we are inside of a mountain at the moment, but it will be happening if they leave the mountain. And our other four, how are you approaching this training area?
You know the backpacks from World War II that medics would wear?
Mm-hmm.
I have one of those on me, but I'm approaching nervous and everything because it's been a nightmare since the last time I went out. I'm approaching and then I see I can see Asher and Jace approaching from the far off sides, like opposite from where I'm coming. I'm like, you know what? Asher's coming. I should kind of try to be a little happy today.
Okay.
Asher's just still singing the Dem Bones song.
Jace just has that forced smile on his face he always has, kind of trotting up, letting Asher sing away.
Asher's also running back and forth, sniffing at things along the way.
Jace will absolutely avoid eye contact with Spectre. He doesn't want to start anything immediately.
Okay. And Brioche.
Okay, got my saddle. Got everything tucked in my hat. Got a few things for everybody, and if I'm gonna die, this will be a good group of mons to die with.
I'll make sure that doesn't happen.
Okay, we will die.
And as you guys approach and get into like the center clearing of the area, there is swift movement before a figure drops down among all six of you, literally like in the center of your group, and he is glaring at all of you as he just kind of turns and looks at all of you. He is a GrapLeomon, which I am grabbing an image real quick to put into the chat of what he looks like. Here is an image of what a GrapLeomon looks like.
Oh.
Where is it?
In the Data Resistance Squad.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh boy.
Speen.
Welcome to Soul Calibur character.
He does not look very happy at all with all of you. He is...
Spectre's just kind of glaring back. He's not entirely sure why he's being glared at, but he's just glaring back all the same.
Because he was able to sneak in between all of us.
He points at Asher, dead. Then Jace, dead. Magna, dead. Brioche, dead.
Really?
Charles,
is that a
dead.
Is that a promise?
He's basically pointing at each of you and just saying dead. And before just stopping on Spectre last and just dead.
Well,
right now, I am impressed by you runts. And they expect me to actually take your sorry asses out there and put you up possibly against an X. You're gonna last all of 2 seconds by the look of it.
It's a
pretty I don't even give us 2 seconds.
As he looks at Brioche at that. Well, you get points for at least being truthful and not overestimating yourself, so I'll give you that.
If you
As
don't
soon
give me
as he
something
mentioned
to do,
X,
I'll have to amuse myself, and no one wants that.
There in chat says perfect.
Refund that card back, Zim. I don't want Domino to show up quite yet. Not for this moment. Real quick though, what is going through everyone's head at this moment? Because I am curious at your reaction to this.
By the way, did you implement the trap card from earlier?
Not yet.
Okay. Asher's response is kind of an oblivious excitement.
Charles is giving off a very pained smile and some nervous, raspy chuckles. That's fair enough, I suppose.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say Jace just has this fake shocked look on his face for a few moments before just kind of returning to his forced smile. Goes, yeah, that actually probably would have got me.
How is Magna and Spectre feeling?
Spectre, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Spectre, he's just glaring. But the thing is that he, like, if you really look at him, you don't actually know who it is that he's glaring at. He's kind of like swapping very rapidly between 3 different people. But he tends to stick around the longest on the, what was it, GrapLeomon, you said?
Yes. His image is up on the Twitch now.
And he is kind of just he's mumbling under his breath, but no one can quite hear what it is he's saying.
Is it what Goose said?
Oh, I'll show you dead.
Possibly part of it.
Oh God, the black the black Gammamon is just played by the Twitch chat.
Oh God.
I couldn't let that happen because he's actually important to the plot.
I mean, could be other voices that decide to pop in and, say random things.
I mean, I'm not necessarily opposed, but there's plot here. And the GrapLeomon is going to be looking at all of you, just like he is looking as though he cannot even be more disappointed at this point. And he just crosses his arms. Alright, Runts, sit down now. We have a lot of work to do if we're even going to get close to you, Runts, being something I'd be even willing to put in the same ballpark as a squad.
Oh, but I thought we were already in a squad. Like, we
Yes.
got the slate thing there, and see, it's right over here. Where did I put that?
Jace leans over, hands him his data pad, and goes, "Sweet bean."
Oh, this. Yeah, see? And he's just holding it up in his mouth, wagging.
He sighs and rubs his forehead. You are a squad in name only. You are all a bunch of idiots currently running around who doesn't know the first thing about what you need to be doing.
I prefer not to think back to those times.
I don't know if we're all idiots per se, but I suppose we don't have much of it. Some of us don't.
What do you do if a squad of ex-assassins are currently trying to chase you down? I rest my case.
Send them to the dark area.
What?
Oh, what?
Huh?
You
What?
just kill them.
Asher,
Do
what
that
did you say?
place.
He waves a hand to Spectre. Good. I like that. I like the incentive. How do you kill them?
And at that one, Spectre, he just kind of like he's fumbling or he's like fingering at his knife a little bit, just kind of like I mean, stab them, I guess.
You stab one. What about the other three that are currently circling around you in order to flank and attack you from all directions, while the first tries to hold you with its dying grasp?
I won't get into that kind of problem.
You won't get into it, you say.
He won't, because I'll be there to help him. I'll
He
watch
looks-
his back.
He looks at Magna. Good. That's what I wanted to hear. Good answer. Look, you runts. I'm going to be level with you. I'm not going to coddle you. I'm going to be an asshole at times. But everything I'm doing is with one goal of making sure you lot stay alive when you are out there. If you want to hate me, that's fine. If you want to punch me in the face repeatedly, that's fine. As long as you're alive to do it, that's all I give a shit about.
All right then, sir.
So, first off, I can already feel the tension in the air right now. So, you lot, you six,
Asher's just
what the
sitting. Asher's just sitting there chewing on the slate tablet.
I can already sense that there's tension here with the group. Spill it right now. What's going on? What's the beef, as you kids say?
Beef is nothing. There's no beef.
I don't have any beef.
Maybe Brioche does.
You see him punch a tree and literally cause it to fall over with a single punch. And it doesn't look like he was trying that hard. What I mean there is, what are the issues you lot have with each other? AKA, what problems do you have that makes it so you can't get along?
Jace takes a very slow breath, sits up proper and goes, "Sir, because of where we came from. Which is
Right.
understandable."
And why the fuck should I give a shit about that, Jace?
I would hope you didn't.
You're a member of Hope's Bastion now. Are those X out there going to give a shit about where you came from?
Oh, absolutely not.
Then why the fuck should we?
Spectre is just looking at the ground and just kind of away and just like he's not saying anything. He's just kind of like glowering at nothing in particular now.
Listen to me and listen good, you lots. These people that you're here with right now are going to be basically your new family for as long as you're together. I expect you all to eat together, to be together, and to literally be willing to do whatever it takes to protect each other. Do you understand me?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Copy
Sir,
that.
yes, sir.
Oh, is that all? I thought it was going to be something a little bit more.
Listen, I don't care. He looks at Spectre as he says this. I don't care if you have a chip on your shoulder. And then he looks at Jace, or if you have some deep traumatic backstory, and then at Magna, or if you've lost people. And he kind of looks at Brioche a little bit when he says that too. We all have. We all have issues. We all have problems. We might not always like who we're assigned with. You might not always be friends with the people you get stuck with. You might not always be able to stand their guts. Believe me, there's quite a few people that I personally want to wring the neck of when I'm around them. But you know what? When you're on a mission, when you are out in the field, all that gets left at the door. Because the only thing that matters is the mission and your team, and making sure you get them back. I have seen... He pauses for a moment and just kind of takes a deep breath. The last rookie squad I had didn't listen to orders. They thought they could take care of themselves and went after a group of X and ended up getting ambushed, and all of them died because of it. Because they didn't listen to me when I was taking on a behemoth. They didn't listen to me to run. And I got them killed. I am not letting another squad die because of that. You understand me? You will follow my orders when we are out in the field.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, copy that.
Rule 2.
But I will do my best to make sure that you all make it back alive. But I need to know that you all will trust each other and will back each other up if I'm not there. So whatever problems Jace, Spectre, that you have with each other, Jace, Asher, Spectre, you need, while we are on mission, that stuff does not come up. Magna, I know you have issues. I saw it in your reports on you. I know you have problems. Brioche, I know what you saw too, apparently. All of that was in the reports. I got on all of you. I have to trust you guys will not freeze if something happens. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Yes, I promise not to have something like that happen.
Charles, I know you're out of your depth. You're not a combat specialist, so I'm not expecting any of you to fight necessarily when we're out on missions. I don't expect any of you to have to face danger. You're still learning. You're still training. But we don't always get what we want. I'm going to make sure that you are as trained as you can be, and I'm going to do my best to ensure that if something happens, you can survive it.
Fair enough, sir.
He lets out a slow breath before sighing and just kind of rubbing his forehead and sitting down. My name is Garen. I'm going to be your squad leader from now on. And I'm sorry for how hard I came on before, but I find coming on like a hard ass very much is good at making up points and stopping issues before they necessarily start. So, I want to hear from all of you guys because I expect you lot to be the experts on you, if that makes sense. What are you good at? What are your skills?
I kind of know the bones of the body and kind of where they're supposed to go, a little bit at least. Generally. I also can take a hit.
So, medic while also running as a bit of a distraction, possibly.
Sir?
He'll nod slightly. Next.
I've mostly been working with the food.
He'll nod. So some people might mark that off as being useless or worthless, but I don't. Having someone who can maintain rations in the field and give out some good meals is necessary. I'll probably have you in charge of the camp Brioche whenever we're out in the fields, but I do expect you to learn some basic skills for either hiding the camp or basic self-defense.
Okay.
Next. Don't everyone speak up at once.
I guess I'll go next then. I'm good at like more solo stuff, like scouting and foraging and stuff. I tend to be on my own a lot. I've been given some like single missions, just a little past the border, but nothing too big. And geez, I don't know. I don't really know how that'll fit in with this group, though.
We do need scouts. Scouting is extremely important, and having someone who is already used to basic missions on their own is helpful. You can at least also give instructions to the rest of the team, and I can expect you to also be able to do some light reconnaissance if we're in a fairly safe area. But I am going to tell you, Spectre, I do expect you to start learning some teamwork and to be able to work with the rest of your team. You don't need to work solo all the time.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll just have to see what kind of a team we got, I guess.
It doesn't matter what kind of team we got. If they're not up to snuff, then train them so they will be. I'm not the only teacher here. I expect all of you to be able to share your skills with the rest of your team. Each of you has something that you are good at that no one else is. At least not as skilled as you. Pass those skills along to them. Even if it's just a little bit, show them what you can do.
All right, I'll do my best, I guess.
He'll nod. That's what I expect. Is your best. That's all I can ask for.
Inspector, do you have my potatoes ready?
That was great. That was great.
Yeah, I had your stupid potatoes ready.
Oh god, that was great. That was great, Tochemay. Oh my god.
Thank you.
Alright, next.
Well, I'm mainly a medic. I'm helping out a lot of people in the medical tents, but I'm working on getting combat down.
You'll nod. You'll be our primary medic then. We're out in the field. Asher will support you. Is that acceptable, Asher? Magna?
I'm fine with that.
Yes.
He'll nod. Asher, you'll be having other duties as well, so I will not expect you to always be in charge of wounds, but Magna, your duty first and foremost will be keeping the rest of the team up and combat ready.
Got it.
And our last two, who wants to go next?
Jace takes a short breath and he goes, what clearance do I?
Full clearance. I don't want any secrets in my squad. If anyone wants to give you trouble or come at you for telling, tell them to talk to me and I'll deal with it. You will not get into trouble for it.
I specialized in hunting subterfuge and finding people. I'm very good with small blades, and I can handle just about any terrain. And then he just kind of looks away, hiding, stealthy, that whole thing.
Jace, I'm not going to give you the command to do it. This is not an order, but I will recommend strongly that you tell them. The reason is this type of information tends to come out very, very badly in the field. And I have seen others die because of it.
Real quick, I'm assuming you're referring to the fact that he defected?
Yes.
Would Asher already know?
If Jace told him.
Probably.
Okay.
Asher would know. Jace will kind of inhale and nod and go, I am a defector. I was on the other side for almost 20 years, I think. It was really hard to tell time, unfortunately. Always busy.
At least you're on our side now.
And you guys trust him?
Hey, Chief, when do we get those pills we bite on, huh?
Jace is one of the Blackened. He was one of the Blackened, yes. And he's trusted. He's given us valuable data that has saved a lot of lives, and Holru trusts him.
And
Once
he's
you-
given us Asher.
I know, but... And Spectre just kind of he retreats. He kind of curls up on himself. It's just like, but they're still... Oh.
Many of the Blackened don't necessarily have a choice in what they're doing. It's either that or death. Most Digimon wouldn't want to die. I know I don't. Would I be willing to betray everything I care about nowadays? Probably not. I think I'd be willing to die for that, for this place. But I know I've seen a lot of Digimon who've been willing to do it to survive, and I can't say I blame them necessarily. I've tried to help some of them. I fought more than my fair share of the Blackened. Some of them you can reach out to. They're not that far gone. They don't enjoy what they do, but they do it just to stay alive. It's either you or them. But there are some monsters out there. There are some of them that need to be put down. And those ones get no mercy. But Jace here rescued Asher, his egg, from the X. That alone shows he has some compassion still in him. So, yeah. I don't forgive him for what he does and what he did. He made mistakes. People died because of what he did. But it's better that he can work off what he did and try to do some good with what life he has than to just end it and have only the bad remain. If he's willing to try to do some good with what life he has, I'm not going to get in the way of it. If he's willing to put his life on the line and go back out there to fight, it's fine. And I expect all of you to still trust him. Jace has been here for years for us. If he wanted us dead, we'd be dead. And as I said before, Holru trusts him. And Holru is a very good judge of character. It might be hard, but he's still the same Jace you knew 5 minutes ago.
Spectre looks like he's biting his tongue, but he does not look entirely convinced.
Speak, Spectre. I can see that you are having thoughts, and I'd rather it come out here now while we're in the safety of town than it coming outside on a mission where the X are prowling about.
There's no point. You already know what I'm going to say.
It does have a point. It's important to you.
No, just... And Spectre, he looks like he's trying to grasp for words as he's just like, it's about my previous squad. And just... Then he just kind of clams up again, and now he's not really like glowering or anything. He looks like he's frustrated with his inability to talk.
I've seen the report on that. I know you got a lot of shit for that. I know pretty much everyone basically just laughed at you. How could we lose an entire squad? How could we not know what you're talking about? There's no way that such a thing could exist. And Holru has been looking into it on the down low.
Yeah, but even Holru doesn't believe me. Nobody does.
So you've been out there before? So you're you're an expert.
Jace kind of looks away and goes, I believe you.
Holru wouldn't waste resources and possible lies on something he didn't believe in. If he's willing to spend resources to look into something, that means at least partially he thinks there is the possibility it could be real. I've been working with him for a number of years now. I know he wouldn't waste lives on a ghost. The issue is, Spectre, look at it from our perspective. If there is an X out there who is able to not just devour data, but erase memories of it, how many people might have we sent after this thing, and we just don't remember giving the orders or sending them?
Yeah, but then why do I remember?
So in the medical sense, when something kind of like this happens, it's usually just like you've had such a connection that it feels as if it might have been real, or it could have been real, but everyone else forgot due to either mass hysteria or another high-stress event that happened at the same time, but you're the only one who remembers.
It could also be something that has to do with your Digicore. If your Digicore is different or has some sort of protection to it, that might render you more either stronger against it or immune for some reason. We would need to encounter the creature that you're describing in the field and figure out what it did and how it does it. The issue is we're chasing ghosts here, and honestly, we need more data, and getting data on this thing is basically almost impossible. It's been very slow going. But I know Holru hasn't supported you necessarily openly, but he does not believe you are lying. I'll say that.
All right. Let's just continue on with the mission.
Our first mission, once I think you guys are clear for it, and at least to get you guys maybe a little bit more together, we're going to be heading out to drop point A. It's only about 1.5 miles away from here. There's some supplies that have been dropped off, and we are going to pick them up. Pick them up, bring them back here. It shouldn't be any more dangerous than that.
All right.
Think you lot are up for it?
Sounds simple enough.
Yeah, it's really simple. I think I can do this.
Not like I got much of a choice, huh?
Yeah.
That sounds easy. We can do it. What's the
Now,
worst that could happen?
No.
Watch,
Don't say that.
literally watch Jace wince.
Yeah, we're all gonna die, you know.
I promise it will be
Jace.
painless.
Spectre
Rule 2.
kind of frowns a little bit when he says that. Almost like something else, like he believes differently.
So, there is one thing I want to talk to you all about before we go. This is important. I tried to make an impression when I dropped down on all of you and did all of that, but in the field, when you are out there, this could save your life. Never assume an area is secure until you have fully secured it. Even if an area is supposed to be safe, even if an area is said to be safe, do not assume it is safe until you and your squad has personally cleared it and secured it. Because all it takes is one X hiding and everyone in that area could die. You drop your guard, you go to sleep, and it takes out the one scout you have watching over things, and then proceeds to kill you all in your sleep. Because you assumed the area was safe without actually clearing it. I've seen it happen. And I don't want that to happen to any of you. Whenever you're going into an unknown area, everyone, full alerts. Do not mess around while we are out on the mission. Because it could get you or someone in your squad killed because of it. I'm not saying that to just be judgmental or to put you in the dirt or to say you're idiots. I'm telling you this just so you understand what is at stake when you leave these walls. You are walking into a war zone of things that are not going to hesitate and are not going to stop until you are dead.
Yeah, I believe that.
Just peachy, sir. Understood.
All right. It seems that you lot have at least an understanding of everything. So, I see some of you are already ready. For those of you who are not, you have 10 minutes. Get to your homes, get whatever you need, and meet us at the front gates. We're going to be heading out. Gather whatever supplies you need, and anything you think might be helpful, but make sure you travel light. We don't want you to get tired and slow down. I want this mission shouldn't last more than 8 hours at most. We're in and we're out. Any questions?
No, sir.
He's going to look at all of you once, make sure no one has any questions or concerns. Nod, dismissed. And he will start off towards the front gate.
Once he's out of earshot, Charles will make a little comment. Good thing he didn't pick on me to talk about my strengths, you know. Got lucky there.
You know, you
Yes,
probably
yes.
shouldn't have said that.
Who says he isn't going to bring it up later?
Ever the optimist, Brioche?
Take a deep breath. Jace says, standing up. All starts with a deep breath, alright?
I'm sure you'll be fine, Charles.
Oh, hey, Charles, I have these for you. Reach into my hat and hand him 2 chocolate coins.
Oh, thank you a lot for that. I really appreciate it.
I'm gonna go get more supplies. Inspector kind of like steps forward and slightly bumps Jace. Keeping an eye on you. And then he walks off.
Jace kind of just lets it happen. He goes, alright. Was there anything you needed, Asher?
Kerr, you okay?
Yes. I'm just
Okay.
rocking in my chair.
Oh, okay.
I was letting you guys go. I'm letting you guys go while I'm planning my next move.
I was hearing weird noises and was like,
That's my chair. That's my chair.
Is he scratching on his microphone?
It almost
Give me
sounded...
more, babies. Give me more. I want more.
And Asher, after we get done with this mission, I'll be able to give you a soup bone.
Woo! Yay!
You know.
But well, I should probably pick up some food and stuff for out
Please
there.
don't disturb me while I plot to overthrow you.
Oh, goodness.
Um,
Oh, Furry.
I should probably mention right now that I'm about to leave in like a couple minutes because I wasn't paying attention to time.
If you leave in a couple of minutes, your character will die.
I have work, Zim. There's nothing I can do about this.
This is true. He does have work.
I have been looking forward to this for weeks now. And you want to end it early.
No, we're not ending early. No, we're not ending early.
Oh, good, good. So he is dying.
No.
Cool.
No, he's just going into T-pose. He's just going into T-pose.
The cardboard cutout.
I'm
Rax,
gonna
thank
see
you
what I can
very
do
much.
at work.
Thank you very much for the resub and your 3 months of support.
Magna, just call out sick. Call out sick.
I'm not a cardboard cutout. I'm a doctor. Dang it.
I can't do that right now. I hate that.
That sounds like a you problem. You just need to work harder at it. We'll break your kneecaps for you, Magna. Then you're good.
I could help with that. I know where those the kneecaps are.
He was kidding, Bean. It was a joke.
Oh, okay. So
Why don't
no
I-
breaking the kneecaps?
Not
No.
his, other people's.
Oh,
The
okay.
bad people's.
Okay.
All right. So, is there anything anyone wants to do before you guys all head out?
Jace is gonna go back home and he's gonna pull out his old knife
Mm-hmm.
and conceal it up his sleeve.
Asher is going with and picking up, I'd assume he has a bag and filling it up with food.
Hey.
Well, not filling, but, a couple days worth.
Charles has some.
Good.
All right. Charles has some deep pockets in his pants. He can try to pick up a. Oh boy, well, he's gonna nervously pace around for like 5 of those 10 minutes, but after that, he's gonna bring a rock hammer, maybe a little booklet of top 10 secret business hints Wall Street doesn't want you to know. Along with maybe probably a throwing knife or something.
Okay.
Either that or very good rocks to throw.
So Charles has the forbidden data.
Also, real quick, I'm just letting you guys know, if there's any sort of combat here in this session, I'm going to go more cinematic and just like descriptions rather than like dice rolls. So feel free to go like cinematic combat of just cool stuff of like what your characters are doing. Like this isn't going to be like real fights here. This is going to be like, imagine like this is going to be cutscenes in games if anything happens. Okay.
Oh.
Triple double backflip, go.
Magnus gonna quickly run back over to his home, making sure he has enough bandages and stuff, and then he's just gonna stop, really quickly at an old photo in his room where he and the other 3 Digimon posed before they left that last town.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna grab something from behind the photo, dog tags that they made, and he's going to quickly run over to the gate.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no!
I am excited, boy. I am excited, boy. I am very curious to see whose stuff we're going to get for our first little arc of episode or 2 of things you guys are going to have to deal with. I can't wait to see who it's going to be. Who it's going to be.
Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and, because I gotta leave right now, so then I can make sure I get to work. I'll figure out something at work, and I'll see if I can jump back in.
No worries.
Fun at work.
Yeah.
Be safe.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'll be back in like 15-20 minutes, if anything.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll be
All
back.
right.
But yeah, Asher's grabbing the supplies. I'd assume he probably has a first aid kit that he
Yes.
probably got. And then, of course, he's also bringing his valve dock.
Sure.
Okay. Jace just kind of looks at it and goes, he has this look in his face of where, and then just moves on.
Oh, it literally occurred to me now that I want him to have a, portable gaming device. And so, yeah. I asked Curd DMs, and he's like, sure.
Yeah, that's pretty meta. A potential game playing a game. But if we're actually got somebody who's playing a game, and we're the game that's playing a game. Whoa. Anyway, Spectre is just... He's like heading back into his little hidey hole, the place that he stays during when he's not working. Picks up some rope, picks up a few other things. Takes a canteen of water. It's like, all right. You know what they say? Whatever time they expect, double it. Be out there for 16 hours. And he kind of like packs up a little bit more sturdily than what was probably advised, but he eventually settles and he heads back over to the main gate.
Okay, sounds good. So everyone is ready to go then?
Sir, yes, sir.
You know,
Yep.
it's ready. Ready as I'll ever be.
So slowly, as you guys assemble at the doors to the leaving the community, the large stone wall slowly begins to slide up to allow you to walk outside into the drizzling cold rain. The area around you has been blasted clean of any life. It is basically dead dirt and dust before you. You can see a little bit of rubble here and there of maybe something that might have been there years or decades ago, but it's long been wiped away. Just the bare bones of what might have been something left. And it's just almost all directions that you look, it's a dead place compared to the world inside. For some of you, this is one of the rare times you've actually been out here to see it. Looking specifically like at Charles. And maybe Asher.
Asher is very excited. He is definitely bouncing a bit and obviously itchy to go explore and look around. But he does stay close to Jace.
Alright. Everyone, form up. Stay close together. Keep watch for anything suspicious. Anything out of the ordinary, no matter how small, you call it out. I don't care if you're calling something out every 5 seconds and it's a waste of time, because who knows? The first 30 times might be a false alarm, the 31st might save all of our lives. If something is prickling at your instincts, make sure you let us know. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
He'll nod.
Roger,
All right.
Roger.
I'll take point. Spectre, you follow behind. Keep watch. Make sure no one tries to sneak up on us. Charles, you're in the center. Brioche, you're with him as well. Asher, you're going to be up near me. Jace, you're going to be back with Spectre.
Sir, yes, sir.
Spectre, like, he frowns, but he doesn't say anything.
He'll nod. Alright, let's get moving. It shouldn't take more than an hour to get to the checkpoint. We'll grab the supplies that were dead dropped, and then we'll get back. And off you guys will begin to go. He will begin leading you guys through these deadlands, and as you guys are navigating, in the distance from time to time, you are able to see things prowling around. Usually when they come into view, he will stop you guys and find some sort of cover for you guys to hide at until they pass out of sight or keep going. But these creatures are... You will recognize them. You know them from at least like the books and training that you went through. These are the X. They are silver-like life forms. Their bodies look like they're made out of metal almost. Most of them at least. You are able to see some of them are following, like, I'm trying to think of the right word I want to use. Many of the ones that you guys are seeing are smaller ones, maybe the size of you, Asher, scouts, basically. A very, like, thin lupin shape to them. Not really dangerous in a fight, but they're just scouts for reporting to larger ones. The behemoths are one of the bigger variants. They can stand like 8 to 12 feet tall and are very large and are very good at crushing smaller Digimon under their arms and hands. Assassins are much faster and more nimble creatures. They each have a blade for an arm. On average, they are very fast, very dangerous. They will especially like to sneak up and assassinate their enemies rather than get into open fights. There are basic warrior types who almost seem like they use a sword and a shield. But again, that's part of their bodies. There are a lot of different variants, and then there's also special variants that seem to take on aspects of Digimon. These ones are very unique though, and they cannot usually be put into a overall like classification. They're just usually called like a special has taken the field, because usually there's not more than one of them at any given time. But you are able to see them in the distance as you guys are making your way slowly but fairly safely. It takes almost an hour and a half just to travel a single mile because of how many times you have to stop and hide. Thankfully, though, with Garen there with you, it's not too bad. He knows this route, and you aren't going that far. This area is still fairly into resistance territory. And there's nothing larger than just basic scouts and maybe a warrior or two. Enough to remind you that, yeah, this is dangerous, but as long as you're safe and careful, you're good. And before long... Oh, go ahead.
Charles might be picking up an odd stone or two they come across. Good for throwing, of course. Sturdy enough.
So, what is everyone's thoughts as you are making your way through these deadlands?
All too familiar.
Oh yeah, Spectre, you've been out here all the time. You know this route.
Yeah.
Asher is full of wonder at everything.
Mm-hmm.
His first time being out here, he is curious about everything. There's a few times where he starts to take a couple of steps off of the route that I am terrible with names.
Garen.
that Garrett is taking us on, and then he's like, wait, no, gotta go back. And he wanders back to the rest of the group.
Jace is clinging his arm, his clothed arm, and he looks awkwardly composed.
And the X can't hear us call out when... we do, like, saying, this warrior's getting close, or that type of stuff.
Just like quiet, like, okay, just like communicate, basic communications.
It's just as terrible as they all said. Those who came back and such.
Kerr, if you're trying to whisper something, it did not really get caught up by the mic.
No, I was just thinking real quick.
Oh, okay.
All right, so it doesn't take too long though to make it to the drop point, and it looks like this is a small abandoned village. You can still see some of the buildings are still standing, and it looks like everything is still. It's decrepit and decaying, but the buildings are still up, and it gives you a little bit of cover from view as he leads you into one of the buildings. Alright, the drop point's here. Let's get in, grab the stuff, and let's get back out, okay?
Shouldn't we be clearing the area here first?
He smiles at Asher when he says that and nods. Good, you pass. Excellent. Alright. Everyone, take a look around. Partner up. No one goes anywhere alone. Clear it, and when you clear a room, announce it to everyone else. Move quickly, efficiently, and quietly. I don't foresee there being anything here, but I'm going to be moving around with you all, and if there's any problems, make sure one of you lets me know.
I call Spectre. Yeah, no.
I'll go with Jace.
All right, and then Brioche will go with our missing dragon at the moment, but he's here. Oh, it's basically going down. Charles, Spectre, Asher, Jace, and Brioche, and our Durgan friend who's not here, but he will be, so.
Okay.
Tochemay's got the advantage here, because, you know, Magna is just T-posing to assert dominance, so he's definitely going to scare off any X's.
He also has invulnerability bonus.
Oh, the best shield. The NPC that can't die.
Mm-hmm. All right. Could I have someone real quick, though? Could someone roll me a d6?
So...
there are certain numbers I'm hoping come up.
So, Jace, Kerr has made many NPCs that can't die, and has been proven very wrong on that.
And this is his revenge.
Not enough ale.
Oh.
And I'm going to use the party reroll because he clearly likes that result.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Let me have this. I was hoping for either a 4 or a 6.
Okay, so party reroll, yay, nay?
No, I'm denying it.
I'll say nay, but...
I'm sorry, as a player, I'm a little bit of a masochist. I'm going to say nay just because I want to see what kind of crazy stuff's about to happen.
I say yay. We're just here to pick up supplies.
So, real quick. As you guys are starting to clear out through the building, moving slow but efficiently through each building or each room, and just kind of looking around, checking the ceilings as well. One thing he taught you on the first room, look at the ceilings. These things can be hiding up there. Don't let it get the drop on you. As you guys are making your way through, though, you hear a rumbling outside of the building, and through the windows you can see 3 titanic creatures ripping their way out of the earth. And Spectre, you would recognize these ones. Jace, you also would recognize these for very different reasons. These are behemoths. No, sorry, these are titans, not behemoths. These are some of the biggest heavy hitters that the X have. They're standing like 20 or 30 feet tall, and usually they take an ultimate to face off against. And there's 3 of them here that you can see.
Spectre pulls out his knife. He knows it's kind of useless, but it's still like it's all he knows what to do.
That's what Charles does.
Jace grabs Asher and gets low very quickly, pulling out his knife and goes down, down, down. Shh.
Asher does as he's told. I do have to step away, though, everybody. I really apologize. Go ahead and keep going. I'll be back ASAP.
Garen's gonna lift up a hand to you guys. Stay low. I'll deal with these 3. You guys stay hidden, find the drop point, get the supplies, and get ready to go. If worse comes to worse, run. You should be able to make it back to the base. I'll keep these 3 things occupied, no matter what. We will make sure you get out of here at the worst. But, as he cracks his knuckles, and you can see on his arms the turbines begin to spin on his arms and legs, I don't think it's going to come to that. You guys stay here, stay safe, watch each other's back.
Like you said, leave nobody behind.
You're a little outclassed here, but I'm not one of the best here for nothing. I can take these. I'm not going to let any of you guys die. Worst comes to worst, I'll buy you enough time to get away, and then I'll run myself once you guys are clear. And he's going to look at you guys. Watch out for each other. I'll be back soon.
Before you go, don't lose the light in your eyes. You guys just focus on staying alive. I am not going to forgive you if anyone here gets themselves killed. Do I make myself clear? I order you to stay alive.
Oh, yeah, sure, boss man.
Sure, yes, sir.
And you see him actually just reach out and punch towards one of the open windows, and a giant wind current shears through and cuts one of these things in half before he leaps out the window and proceeds to take off running towards one of the other 2.
Oh.
Well, that's our cue, everybody. I think it's, grab your crates and run off, huh?
Keep low. Let's go.
As you are getting ready to do that, Jace, you hear a voice. And the rest of you guys can also hear this. But Jace, this voice has a very, very... You recognize it. And it is singing. Hang on a second. Let me get right in the right headspace here real quick. Thy life is a riddle to bear rapture and sorrow, to listen, to suffer, to entrust unto tomorrow. In one fleeting moment, from the land doth life flow. Yet in one fleeting moment, nor anew it doth grow. You recognize it. I thought it fit here. I thought it fit for this character. And you recognize it, Jace. You recognize it because this is the almost warning that you are being hunted. There's another Blackened here, one you know intimately.
Jace just utters Jace just looks very terrified for half a moment and goes, okay. Move. You guys go ahead. Go. I'll take
Got
the
a problem?
Move. Don't no questions right now. Just move.
All right then, Spectre. Maybe you should go.
Not leaving you behind.
I'm not staying behind. Let's just go.
As there is a slow knock against the door before it begins to swing open. And there is a figure standing there. Where are my notes? Where are my notes? Where are my notes?
I'm debating if I want Spectre to charge right now.
You're not the only one that wants to.
I think maybe we should drop the, moldy carrots and just kind of get on our way. Whatever makes it faster.
Alright, where are... I have lots of notes. I'm trying to find the person here in my
Give me
list.
a quick second. I'm going to use the bathroom while you're looking at notes. I can hear.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah, I might
no
as well
worries.
go too. Yeah.
Where? I have so many names here. I'm still trying to get used to all of them. There it is. There it is. Just waiting for everyone to get back. Oh, yes, I know it can be heard, but it's not the same. Everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine. I'm totally not just using this as an introduction for stuff.
Find those notes, Kurt?
Yes, I was just waiting for everyone to get back.
Don't worry, it's just a Mimicmon. For those who don't know, Mimicmon is an antivirus.
Like Norton. You gotta respect the guy like a Spectre. He's a self-made man, you know, really out in the lamb, on the grind set mindset, you know, just like Jordan Belfort, you know.
Well, Spectre is nothing if not persistent.
Oh, the plot lines I'm going to drop here for us beginning. I was just grabbing an image real quick.
I am back. Sorry about
Welcome
that.
back. No worries.
It had to be, of course. Can't.
You're good. All right, I'm sharing an image real quick in our data resistance squad. This is who you see, except he is totally black, and the lighter teal parts would be red.
I have returned as well. Sorry.
Okay.
No worries. Welcome back. I shared the image.
I heard.
Correction from earlier. It's as a he, not a she. I should have used them, actually.
Yes, it is. You recognize this. Oop.
Oh, Bryan.
I will say, like, as far as combat goes, we can, like, things are basic, but we can actually, we do have abilities and such that we can make use of.
I wasn't expecting you to fight this person.
Okay.
This is a ultimate level Digimon. I'm not expecting you to fight him. I'm not. Like I said, I wasn't expecting combat here.
Then why'd you make him so chargeable?
I mean,
there was another word that I was expecting to hear there.
So, Arzi, was I right when I messaged Kerr asking if that was an FF14 song?
I said it was.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it very much fit his character for what it's about.
Oh man, I love Final Fantasy. When you walk away and you hear me say,
so you recognize him, Jace, because you worked with him before quite often. He was basically your partner.
Of course.
He is a Chris Paildramon. His name is Jentos. You do know it. You were basically partners. You basically did everything together. And he very much you see he as soon as like he pushes open the door and sees all of you, he just looks at you, Jace, and he smiles. And it's not like a homicidal "I'm going to kill you" smile or traitor "I'm going to butcher you and enjoy every second of it" smile. No, it's just a smile of, "Hey, it's my old friend. This is great." Smile. Like, he actually seems honest to God happy to see you.
Jace lets out a sigh, stands up, turns to face him, goes, "Jentos, how many times have I told you that if you sing, they know you're coming?"
That's the point. It's so they can rejoice and find peace before their end. And Jace, look at you. You're so small and you're a rookie?
Well,
what happened to you? You used to be so grand.
Walked away. You know, needed a break.
You walked away.
Wake up. Hold the line.
You walked away from
Talos
You
Win
were-
raided my stream with 10 viewers.
You were one of the best of all of
One
us.
sec.
Okay, go ahead.
Talos Wind, hello there. Thank you very much for that raid. Welcome on in, everyone. You've all arrived into the first episode of our new Data Resistance Squad campaign. It is a it is using our custom-built RAOW system, and it's a Digimon campaign. Talos, thank you for that follow. Welcome in, everyone. Hey there, Alley Cat. But yeah, welcome. Thank you so much for that raid and sharing your community with us. We do lots of different things here. Right now, we are doing one of our tabletop games. We have many of them throughout the week that you all can enjoy. Mostly Pokemon, but we also have, of course, this Digimon one now. And we've got Pathfinder and World of Darkness. And I also do other games here. So thanks for that raid. Do hit that follow button. Come join us again. And for those already here, go check out Talos. I'll be in the chat from here, but carry on, everyone.
You were one of the greatest of us. You were, like, our champion, Jace. And, I mean, I still can't believe that you just walked away from us. Like, honestly, I don't believe it, even now. I'm sure that our Lord gave you orders. And maybe you just don't remember them. I mean, that would be something he would do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's good to see you, old friend. And so this is the little group that you're running with right now, huh? Is that it? That's cute. Oh, and this, you're just a Guillemot now.
For now. Yeah, you know the deal. You know how it works.
You were a Dukemon. And now you're...
Wait,
this?
Jentos, live it up. I'm gonna slowly kind of start to walk to stand in front of the group.
Oh, come now, Jace. You know if I wanted them dead, they'd be dead. I'm just happy to see you. I always wondered what happened with you. And look at them. Look at the little hamburger and the fox with the hat. This is your group, and the little dinosaur. Oh, and the dog. Huh, interesting. And what? Oh, he pauses as he looks at Spectre. And he just stops. Like, it almost is like he just got stabbed in the gut for a moment.
Spectre is just glaring at him, just like not sure what's going on, but he's definitely not putting any trust into this guy.
He's gonna look back at Jace. Oh, you. Oh. Oh, old friend, I should never have doubted you. Oh, you are brilliant. Truly, you are the best of us, Jace. Even now, in this form, I see why you were considered to be the right hand of our Lord.
Jentos, come on. You always talk too much. Even now.
I am just fulfilling my duty. And he's going to look at Spectre and he is going to bow very deeply. It is an honor.
Spectre's not really sure how to take it. He's just like, and yeah, the words literally can't even come out of his mouth. He can't even say something as simple as just like F off or something. Like, he's just a bit too taken aback by the action.
Fear not, my glorious lord. No harm will come to your pets. You have my word. So. This is where you are, Jace. Jace, my lord. The rest of you. I hope you will grow in power once again, Jace. I so wish to face you again on the fields of battle. Though he kind of pauses and you hear the crash of one of the behemoths going down. Though it seems I have less time than I anticipated. I have been instructed to give the ones found here a simple thing, though I see now why. Our lord's wonder. His mind is magnificent. And he is going to set a little gemstone down and skid it over to you guys. I've fulfilled my duty. You lot get to survive for now. Though, I do hope that you will become worthy opponents in the future. As he's looking at, specifically, he's looking at Magna, Asher, Brioche, and Charles as he says that.
Oh no.
Asher is looking ready to bite him. And he's very
Jace?
strongly debating if he should go run over and bite.
Jace, it is a pleasure as always to see my old friend, my dear, dear friend. I miss you. Quite a lot.
Yeah. As do I.
You can always return to us. Our Lord will welcome you back. Especially what you are doing here now. Glorious. Glorious, my dear friend. And my lord, as he bows once again to Spectre, to stand in your presence is invigorating. I cannot wait for the day, the blessed day to come. I wish you all of the might and power in the world, and I truly believe that your power will know no bounds, my lord. If you but seize it, none shall be able to stand against you.
Just Spectre, he feels overwhelmed. He's just like, he kind of like backs up a little bit and kind of collapses against like a piece of furniture or the wall. And he's just like, just go away.
Jentos. Your grandeur is appreciated as always, but we'll meet again.
Fair. Though he pauses for a moment, and you see him flick a hand up as a spear of ice begins to form. It would be a shame if he found out anything because all of you are still alive. Apologies, Jace, but, well, covers must be kept. And he begins to flick his finger forward as you hear the sound of 3 gunshots go off. And the spear of ice that he conjured shatters. And one of the shots hit him in the shoulder. It doesn't do that much damage, like it more annoys him than anything. But he just kind of snarls before turning and basically dashing out of the room.
Jace takes a deep, slow breath. Says, "Don't lose the light in your eyes."
Charles is going to slowly step toward the gem and then immediately snatch it the moment he's within proximity.
Don't.
So, old friend of yours, Jace.
Charles, when you touch the gem, your vision is suddenly, you're not at the town. You can see like yourself going out of the town, like floating up into the sky. And you immediately shoot forward a good like 10-15 miles to what looks like a decrepit crypt. And you can see as your vision moves back down, the gemstone is starting to glow, and you see in one of the crypts, you see an empty slot begin to glow to your vision before you're suddenly back in your body, Charles.
Yeah.
Charles pockets the gem while also holding back vomit.
Tried to warn you. Yeah. Sorry. Let's get the cargo. Let's make sure our captain's okay. I guess I have explaining to do.
You're not the only one, I think, that has some explaining to do.
Jace turns back to Spectre and offers him a hand, and he goes, "It's hard, but I don't think he knew."
I agree that we should probably get a move on here.
And you can see over in the corner are a couple of large crates set up on basically a cart that you would be able to pull.
Is Spectre going to take the offered hand?
He had to step away for a second.
Oh.
How is Asher doing, by the way? Asher and Brioche.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that. Did I miss anything important?
Go ahead, Jace.
So Charles had a moment. Jay said that we had to, or he tried to warn him, and they said, "Let's grab the supplies and get going." I got some explaining to do, and I believe Brioche said, "I'm not the only one."
No, that was Magna.
That was Magna.
Magna said that. Oh, welcome back, Magna. Jace turned around and said, "We can deal with it." He probably didn't know and offers a hand to help you up.
Who are you offering a hand to?
You, Spectre.
Oh, Spectre, he's hesitant, especially after being overwhelmed with everything that's happened, but he almost just kind of like unconsciously takes it and allows himself to be pulled up.
Hey, Bean. You did a good job. Keeping down, everybody. Let's grab supplies and go.
And here's where Brioche gets on one knee in front of Jace. You were one of the Royal Knights.
Not for this side. I was It's a long story. Come on, let's. It'll take a night to explain everything.
Yeah, we ought to get that cart moving. If one of us pulls, one of us pushes, it should be out pretty quick.
As you all hear the ground shake a third time, as something very, very large crashes into the earth.
I'll pull. I need something to take my mind off things.
I'll push.
Hopefully Garen's alright.
It's a moment later that you see a flash in the doorway as Garen just like skids to a stop. The jets on his legs slowly slowing down. As he's just he's very lightly panting, though he doesn't seem that tired. Alright, is everyone okay here? Everything alright?
Santos stopped by.
You're all okay?
Yeah.
I'm good. A little shook, but alright.
He talked
What
a
did
lot
he-
of words at us.
What did he want?
He left something for us.
He gave
Go ahead.
us a gem of some sort.
Yeah, but then it kind of disappeared upon touching it. It's no more.
No, I saw you put it in your pocket.
Well, it's maybe a Magna should check his eyes or something.
Charles, don't lie. Do you have it?
Yes.
He nods and holds out a hand. Give it to me.
Looks yeah, all right. Just gonna. There you go.
As he tries to take the stone, as soon as it leaves your hand, Charles, it vanishes and it reappears back in your hand.
Oh boy.
Great. Another mystery on top of other mysteries.
It's a keystone. It's attuned to him.
Well, looks like I'll be keeping it then.
Did you see what it opens?
I wasn't really looking for any doors, but I suppose I saw a big old crypt of some kind.
That's the key. That's the door the keystone opens. Fuck. And it's attuned to you, so it won't let anyone else touch it. Delightful. How far away was it, would you say?
Yeesh. I'm not so great with the distances.
When you say that, the stone begins to focus, and you instantly know exactly where the door is in relation to your location.
After he says that, Asher's just kind of mumbling, but loud enough. You're not so great at telling the truth either.
Listen to me, Charles. I'm going to be... You just dealt with something you shouldn't have had to deal with. And something that I failed to account for. I should have realized that could have been a distraction. They need to be dealt with, but I should have taken more charge to try to make sure that all of you were safe. So that's my fault. And I'll accept that. I'm glad that all of you are safe, though, but I have to be firm here. Charles, you cannot lie to your superior officers like this. What if that was a detection stone? What if that was keyed to reveal our base when we went back? And you just carried it in your pocket back into Hope's Bastion, and then they knew where we were. And then the X attacked us.
Well. Suppose that be bad news, eh?
Everyone you know and love would die. Likely. All of us would. Look, I'm not going to just chew you out for that, though, Charles. This is your first mission, for God's sake, and you're already encountering one of them. That shouldn't have happened. None of this should have happened right now. But I need to be firm about this, Charles. If something happens like this, you need to tell me. I have the experience that you all are still lacking. I'm the one who makes those calls right now because I know more and understand at least a little bit more about what's going on. I've seen stones like these before. I know how they work.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I need you to trust me, to watch out for you all, and for all of you to watch my back as well. That's what being a team is about. That is how we survive, Charles. And that goes to all of you. We work together to survive.
Well, fair. You know, I suppose I should say that sort of a couple numbers flashed into my mind. 300 miles north, 200 miles northeast. And then, yeah, I think that was it.
Alright. Let's head back. Let's get this gear and these supplies back to Hope's Bastion. Let's get you guys something warm to eat and something nice to drink and give you guys a chance to relax. And we're going to talk. And I need to let Polroof know about all of this. And he's going to just pause and look at all of you. Did he say anything else to any of you?
Asher is
Spectre
looking.
Go ahead.
Asher is looking over at Jace, but remaining silent otherwise.
Jace says a few things, but I agree that we should get moving. It's probably a bad idea to stay here. I will explain my end on the way.
A nod. And just kind of look over in case anyone else wants to say something.
Spectre looks like he wants to say something, but he eventually decides against it for some reason.
And he will nod his head. All right, everyone, let's get moving. Stay close. Let's get the
One
cart.
little thing. He
What's
put
up?
up a show that he was damaged. Before
What do you
he
mean?
left.
Someone shot him from behind, I think.
He put eye shots into himself.
No, those were, you heard the sound of a gun going off, specifically, from the outside of the building. It came through the window that was behind you guys. The one he went through is where you heard the sound of the bullets come from. And that's the direction the bullets came through. 2 of them hit the sphere of ice he had created. The third one hit him in the shoulder.
AKA somebody protected us.
Or at least shot him.
But he said he needed to put on a show first.
He was gonna kill some of you.
Basically, yeah. He was, as Jay said, he was going to kill some of you in order to make it seem like, yeah, he wasn't just, he wasn't doing just one thing. Like, this was just I'm going to kill some resistance members and mess around with them, basically.
He's trying to meet his quota.
Basically, to make it seem a little less suspicious. it would have been suspicious if everyone survived. Especially against a ultimate level Digimon.
Something tells me he probably would have been very picky with who he chose.
Oh yeah, he was specifically focused on like Magna and Brioche, basically.
Oh no.
Like the spear specifically was pointing towards Magna when the bullets went off.
Oh, so Asher and Charles were safe?
The spear wasn't pointed at them. Asher, it seemed like he wasn't intending to actually harm you at all, because of your coloring and your relationship, it seemed, to Jace. Like, he seemed to gather that you were the egg that Jace had. And for Charles, it just wasn't really, like, in line of target, so he just went for Magna and Brioche. They were the closest two.
Yeah.
So he thought he could spear them both.
Look at how terrifying he is. Definitely first priority target.
But yes,
That's
Magna was the one about to get skewered before the gun went off. And so, if there's nothing else, you guys will begin to gather up the supplies and quickly make your way out. And as you do, you can see the 3 giant war forms of the Titans that this that your teacher took out. These hulking, they're saying about a good 30 feet tall. Their bodies look like they're made out of armor, and each one, their arms end in basically like pistons, and you can see from their elbows large pistons go out, and it looks like they could shoot down to give their punches even more force. Like, these things could probably take out a bunker with a punch.
What kind of, like, are they humanoid or
Vaguely humanoid, yeah.
vaguely humanoid? Okay.
Again, they have that sort of like knight-ish armor look to them. These ones specifically.
Yeah.
Titans are usually like the bunker busters. They're sent in when like buildings need to be demolished or just mass devastation.
Gotcha.
They do have the ability to digitize the areas that they touch and basically drain the life and kill any Digimon that doesn't get away from them. But it doesn't seem like they were intending to use that ability here.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Like
Titans are dangerous, but they're very, very large and slow targets. If they don't have like support running basically smaller like assassins or knights basically running protection for them against smaller targets, a small target can easily get to them and bring them down if they have enough force and power.
Okay.
It's basically like what happens if you have a tank and you don't have infantry to protect them.
Go get him, Ashford!
Perfectly fair.
Normally these types, you would know, Spectre, these things aren't usually used in any case outside of like mass demolition or when they have like sheer support as basically like heavy armor for an enemy attack force. Okay. 3 of them just rising up here, this was just a distraction. Okay. This was a big, loud distraction.
Yeah, even Spectre knew something was off, but he wasn't sure what.
The issue is they're a big, loud distraction that has to be answered immediately, or they could kill everyone there.
Yeah.
And before long, you lot are on your way back to Hope's Bastion.
Sure.
Make sure no one's following us.
Yes, it doesn't seem like anyone is following you. And Garen also takes pains to try to ensure that no one is following you or watching you.
How long the ride,
Asher-
Charles, would be. Go ahead.
Asher is specifically watching Garen, studying how he's doing it.
Yeah, Garen is always he's not focusing on anything. He's just basically always keeping his eyes moving and surveying the field. He's looking for anything out of place or anything that shouldn't belong based on like what he's seen before of the area and what he knows about it.
And Charles would.
He would explain all of this too, as you guys are going. If someone asks him like why he's doing what he's doing, he would explain it to you guys.
And Charles would be occasionally kind of caressing the gem in his pocket, just as like a nervous tick, and perhaps a little transfixed on occasion.
Spectre, in your head, you feel, you hear a voice speak to you. So, what do you think of all that, huh?
Now's not the time.
I know.
Kind of mumbles to himself.
I know. I'm just like, wow. I can't say the show of respect wasn't enjoyable.
It's just he's got the wrong mon.
I mean, sure, yeah. Don't know what the whole Lord business was, but I mean, I don't mind the respect. I don't mind someone treating us the way we deserve to be treated, right?
Spectre chooses not to answer. His thoughts too wrapped up to even for the voice to fully like penetrate.
All right, we'll talk later tonight. And is there anything you guys want to do or talk about or such before you guys make it back to the Bastion?
Hey, Spectre, you doing all right there? Kind of mumbling a bit.
Yeah, I'm fine. I just do that sometimes. Helps me think.
Ah, yeah, no, I understand something like that.
So, survived your first mission, huh?
Yeah, bit crazy when you think about it, huh? You know, the RAOW that failed basic 5 years in a row. Sheesh.
Spectre chooses not to respond to that.
Probably for the best.
Just, I hope
Inside Spectre's mind, they paired us with someone who failed basic 5 times. Fun, I think they're trying to get us killed.
you know that if they wanted to, they could just do it right away.
Well, sure, but this gives them plausible deniability. Make sure you can't be reborn.
Rygon, could you speak up a bit?
Yeah.
Oh, apparently I've got you turned down. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, oh god, what was I saying?
Hey, they might just be trying to make sure you don't reincarnate as a digi-egg. It doesn't happen if you get eaten.
Spectre, he's honestly not sure what to think. I'm just... Stop. You're confusing me.
Okay. Sorry. I mean, I'm just looking out for number one. Us. You and me.
Yeah, You know about that, right, Spectre?
Oh, what were you talking about, Charles?
Oh, I thought everybody knew. I mean, kids could be very cruel about it, but yeah, the failing basic thing. Eesh.
I know about cruelty. I can sympathize.
I'd say you're the best one out of all of us. If anyone was gonna live, I sure thought it'd be you.
I honestly don't know if that would be something I'd want. But I appreciate the thought.
Alright, well, suppose I should leave you with your thoughts, son. Alright. Yeah.
Yeah, just awkwardly, we both just shuffle off. I'm pulling the cart.
Here I go.
Awkward silence.
Right foot, left foot, right foot, left.
Yes, sir. Captain.
What is it?
When we get back, can we have a private room?
I will see about that. Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Don't worry about it. We'll talk. We'll figure this out.
Asher shooting a worried look at Jace.
And I think this is a good stopping point as you all make it back to base after your first mission.
Yay.
Woohoo.
Yeah, that dice roll, that D6 I had Asher roll, I was going to determine which plot line I was going to start first, and Jace's came up.
Oh,
dead.
Oh no.
So I got to drop the first hint for Jace's plot line here, with a little bit for Spectre's and Magna's a little bit too, and a tiny nudge of Asher's, but not too much.
I didn't notice any of Asher's, but okay.
The dog. That's what he said.
Wait, was my backstory literally just the fact that he was going to kill me first?
No. I'll just say this, Magna. The gun.
Oh no. No.
That was someone saved you, Magna. Someone saved you from being killed.
Oh,
and they used a gun to do it.
oh no.
Oh, I love being able to work my characters' backstories into the plot and the story. It feels so good.
And each time I see Asher's mouth open, I keep seeing him chewing on his ring.
No.
I love our babies so far. I love Brioche, I love Charles, I love Spectre, I love Magna, I love Jace, I love Asher. Oh god.
Kerr, I'm gonna write an entire backstory and send it to you to make sure that next session I can spill the beans properly.
Good. I hope you don't mind the fact that I had you be GrapLeomon in the past. I just thought it's like, why would he care about a Guilmon that much? It's like, well, it is possible for Digimon to lose their de-evolution and go through de-evolution. It's like, I could totally see Jace completely running from his past and de-digivolving back into Guilmon instead.
I gave you a blank check and you cashed it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, no, you had friends back there, and your friends are very much like, why did he run? He was like the greatest of us. He was the most respected. He was the right hand of our Lord. Why would he run? obviously it has to be some sort of secret mission that he is going undercover for, and he cannot reveal it. That's what most of them think. They don't think Jace is a traitor. They think Jace is just fulfilling their lord's will. And then things happened, and I won't say any more.
Sure, you make me cry next week. I'm going to hate you.
Your tears and pain fill me with joy, Magna. I won't say that your backstory will come up immediately. It could.
Oh no.
It could. But I'm not gonna say it will or not. Asher's backstory. Oh, I'm excited for Asher's backstory. I am very excited for Asher's backstory. Because I know what's going to happen there when that starts coming up.
All right. Anything we do at the end of the game?
No, just the standard my outro thing.
All right.
So, thank you everybody for joining us today for the first episode of Data Resistance Squad RAOW, our new Digimon campaign. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. There on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that allows these streams to happen. I cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply checking out our Humble Bundle partner link, as well as our merch store, which is available through the link tree. And of course, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube. In addition, make sure that you all go check out my friends that also stream that are in this game. So make sure you go check out Drunk Dragon Era, as well as Rykon Plays here on Twitch. For those watching the recording, their links will be down in the description below. But for now, thanks for joining, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Bye, guys. Thank you all for coming.
Bye.
Bye bye.
So there's two things I